Hello, welcome into the Broken Arrow Tiger Fieldhouse for yet another edition of Lady Tiger Basketball. Dylan Rivera here with Coach Tiff Jones. Madison Dildine is down on our sidelines. Exciting matchup tonight. PC North is in the building. Both teams undefeated coming into this one. The Tigers 5-0, PC North 4-0. And, Coach, we've talked about it since game one. This matchup was coming, and the Tigers needed to be prepared because PC North plays up-tempo. They play in your face. They're going to go and knock down shots. They're going to take the ball away from you. A lot of things that the Tigers really needed to shore up this week were strengths for PC North, not just this year but last year as well. So this is a system that is built for these Panthers. Tonight, the Tigers having to step up to this task and play very well and play at a very high level against these Panthers.
Yeah, I think early, it's December, and you get to play somebody of this caliber because PC North, they're loaded. We all know that. We can just go ahead and call it what it is.
Yeah.
But how are we going to respond to that? Because I think for a lot of our players, they have not gone against this caliber of competition yet. And so it's going to be tonight's going to be a lot of learning going on and a lot of adjusting. And I think we talk about new players, younger players. How are they going to adjust to this level of competition, the athleticism, and once again, that changing of roles from what they had last year, right? We know that's going to be an issue. And I say an issue, it's just something you have to learn. You got to figure it out. And sometimes the only way to figure it out there on that 94 feet down there, right?
There is one player that may have some familiarity with it, and that's Janaea McCrary, because going back to last season, the team that knocked Broken Arrow out of the state tournament was PC North in the semifinals. Macy Maracini was the starting point guard all season long. That was the game that she first missed after she broke her wrist, and Janaea McCrary had to step into the starting lineup and become really the lead point guard for Broken Arrow in the biggest possible situation. And we went back to that game and watched it on film a little bit. Coach Coffey talked about it, saw some things that he saw, but Janaea played well in that game, but obviously taking on lead point guard roles and having to do it against PC North is a little bit of a struggle.
Right.
Tonight, you go in with the experience of having that game under your belt, but also now 5 games as the lead point guard this season. You hope that she can be able to be the steady rock amongst the storm that is this PC North pressure.
Yeah, I think anytime, and if you've coached very long, you've had kids get hurt in the state tournament, and it just changes everything because you're so far in. Your chemistry, your rotations, everything changed when Macy went out last year, and we knew that was going to be tough. And, Janaea went out. She competed like crazy. She's in a different place. She's a different player now than she was last year, I would argue. And that's been, March, right? Seems like forever ago.
Right.
But 9 months ago when she was doing that as compared to tonight, I think she's just a different player. And she does. She runs this team, and we talked about that even last week. The flow of the game was different when she was on the court. And so how she is leading, but also just the chemistry part and the rotations that we have now that we didn't have at that point in time, just because Macy was such a huge part of that team, and she made us go, and she was the quarterback. And so it's different, and this is Janaea's now as the point guard to run those things.
We go back to last week on this very same home floor. The Tigers were able to handle business against Edmond Santa Fe with a 59-26 win over the visiting Wolves. But, Coach, if these folks at home didn't tune into this game, they're going to look at that scoreline and they're going to say, well, it sounds like a pretty big win. You got to be pretty happy with that. But Coach Coffey was not. We talked on this broadcast. We all said it was a struggle from start to finish. That 59-26 scoreline doesn't tell the whole story.
No, and it sure didn't feel good.
No.
Even though we looked up at one point, I think it was a 35-point win or ahead or something. We had a lead, and it was like, oh, this just doesn't feel good. We were out of sync all night long, and I think one of the things tonight that we better be in sync tonight, because they're a lot better team than what we played last week. And how are we going to handle that? Are we going to rise to the challenge? And I think we will. This will be a really huge learning moment for us tonight, and it's a long game. So how are we going to respond? How quickly can we settle in? I think even just the difference between now and even a couple weeks ago when we started the season, right, the first home game, we talked about this young team and how they're going to grow. And so we have seen growth already. At 5-0, there's been a lot of growth. Even though last week was pretty ugly,
yes,
there was still growth. And so they've had time now. We've had a breath. A lot of practice has gone in, and so I think it's going to be really good for us tonight to rise to the occasion. see what we're made of.
The stat Coach Coffey told me earlier was that the Tigers missed 22 layups against Edmond Santa Fe, and of course the turnover count was high as well, and I talked to him about the unforced turnovers, the ones that the Tigers just threw away, some costly errors, but still able to pull out a big victory over Edmond Santa Fe. Those sorts of things, though, have to be cleaned up tonight as you prepare to play PC North out here on your home floor. Well, as I mentioned that we were able to talk to Coach Coffey, we were able to talk to him earlier today, actually, and get his thoughts on this matchup in our Quick Trip Quick Thoughts. Okay, Tiger fans, it's a big one. We've talked about it all season long already. PC North in the house tonight. Coach Shane Coffey here joining me. Now, first question for you here as we prepare for this matchup is you've seen some film of them already. You've prepared for them in the practice realm. Now you turn it into the game speed, right? And you've done some things differently in practice this week to try to prepare for how PC North might speed you up. Is that right?
Absolutely. You know, they are an electric team. They just are explosive in all 5 positions. They're a really, really good offensive rebounding team, so they get a lot of second, third opportunities. So this last week we brought our sophomore boys in and they practiced against us a couple times, and they have the length, they have the explosiveness, and our kids, you know, came into that really razor sharp, you know, and focused, and that was what we kind of really told these kids. We have to be locked in from tip to finish in this game to have a chance to get this W, and so we threw them up against the boys here, and it was a great couple practices for sure.
And you talk about the speed of the game, and PC North plays up-tempo. They're going to try to turn you over and turn that into quick points. Obviously, a key to the game tonight is taking care of the basketball. How do you do that?
Floor spacing, number one, shortening up passes, making sure that we're coming to meet passes, I think are very, very little things, but very, very important. And if we can do that, they're going to take chances. And when they take chances, that can cause them to foul us, and hopefully we can get to the free throw line and get some freebies there too.
It's an important game tonight. It'll be a measuring stick for these Tigers here to see where they shape up against a really talented squad. Tip-off is now just moments away, live here on ArrowVision. Our pregame show here tonight is brought to you by Tulsa Bone & Joint. Tulsa Bone & Joint is proud to serve as the official team orthopedist for Broken Arrow Athletics. With 4 orthopedic urgent care locations, you can walk in and see a specialist, no appointment needed. Tulsa Bone & Joint, moving life forward. We'll step aside for the Star-Spangled Banner here and the starting lineups here in just a moment.
And now for the starting lineup for the Putnam City North Panthers, coached by Martin. At point guard, 5'10" senior, number 11, Jayla Constant. At guard, 5'9" senior number 22, today Jefferson. At guard, 5'7" senior number 23, Paige Williams. At guard, 5'5" senior number 24, Kiana Gray. And at forward, a 6' senior number 32, McCra Moore. Tiger fans, get on your feet! Make some noise for the Lady Tiger starting lineup! At 4 to 5'11" junior, number 3, Audrey Dow! At guard, 5'5" junior, number 10, Janea McCra! At 4 to 5'11" junior, number 23, the Peters! At 4 to 5'8" junior, number 30, Soraya Matthew! And at 4 to 5'11" junior, number 33, Gracie Sanders! The Tigers are led by head coach Shane Coffey.
So big shout out to our PA announcer Sean Morgan handling the starting lineups. Of course, for the Tigers, it's the usual starting 5 now. Number 3, Audrey Dow. Number 10, Janea McCrary. Number 23, Leah Peters. Number 30, Soraya Matthew. And number 33, Gracie Sanders. For Putnam City, number 11, Jayla Constant. Number 22, Danae Jefferson. Number 23, Paige Williams. Number 24, Kiana Gray. And number 32, Micaiah Moore. PC North in their road burgundy uniforms with the black trim. The Tigers in their home whites with the black numbers and the gold trim. Coach, I like that the intro video for the Lady Tigers team says do it for the city and do it for the town, because Broken Arrow is currently riding a 20-game home win streak. PC North, on the other hand, comes in on a 25-game win streak overall. So it's streak versus streak tonight, and one of them will come to an end.
Yeah, and I think how nice would it be? We have a little bit of a bad taste in our mouth right from the state tournament last year. So to be able to come back and have a chance to avenge that loss would mean a lot to this program.
Ball up top with Jayla Constant. PC North trying to find some room to get a shot off, and there it is. First shot up and down. It's Danae Jefferson.
For the Northern Colorado commit, right? She knocks down the first shot, and of course PC North comes out and sets up a full court press immediately, and good job of the Lady Tigers to handle it.
In my conversation with Coach Coffey, he had brought up the fact that they were going to bring that pressure. You have to be aware, you have to be prepared. And what he had said to me was, we don't want to have turnovers that are forced. We don't want to have steals from PC North. He said, we would rather pick up a backcourt violation for not crossing half court in time than to give them the ball on their side of the floor.
Well, and give up a layup. Yeah, if you turn it over in the backcourt, how they're going to attack out of that and have numbers. And so I think tempo is important. We talked about this even, a couple weeks ago, but we've got to play at our speed, and so tempo is going to be huge tonight, and we can't be forced to play too fast, because that's exactly what PC North is going to want.
So Ryan Matthew right out on that out-of-bounds corner. She's trying to spin into traffic. She's held up, and a foul on PC North.
It's a good drive to the basket and kind of trying to draw some contact. We need to execute well. When someone's pressuring like this, man, the screens that you set on out-of-bounds plays, good screens will get people open.
Ball stolen away on the inbounds pass. McCrary trying to chase up to it and get it back. Ball with Jefferson now. 3-point shot is up and off the mark. McCrary, nice in and out, steps into the lane and got caught up by the defense. A travel.
Yeah, I think Janae thought she was going to have a teammate kind of slip in behind the help right there. Just it's a good job getting in the paint, but a couple quick turnovers for Janae, and that's I know Coach Coffey's going to want to stop that. We don't want any more turnovers like that.
Tiger defense closing out with high hands on every pass. And another foul goes against PC North.
It's a great block out by Peter. She was, very intentional about getting position and drawing the foul. And, PC North's like, yeah, she had me beat. So that was great position, and we need to be very fundamental with blocking out tonight.
3 early fouls on the Panthers. Tigers patiently trying to find a hole in the pressure. And Dow recovers. This is Gracie Sanders. Ball stolen from Dow. Kiana Gray pushing the pace. Into the lane. Tied up. They'll call a foul. And it goes against Janaea McCrary.
Tigers number 10, Janaea McCrary. First personal foul. First team foul.
Could have called it on Audrey Dow too right there. I wasn't sure they were going to call it on.
Driving into the lane, floater off back iron. Janae Jefferson just misfired, and it goes out of play. It'll be Tiger basketball. Matthews spits it out to Sanders. Broken Arrow doing a decent job breaking the press so far. Matthew going to work. And a foul on the floor. 4 whistles on PC North already in this ballgame.
Well, the turnovers for us so far, we've got 3 turnovers, and they've really been in the half court. It hasn't been against the press. So we have done a good job of slowing down, getting the ball in the middle to break that press, but we're getting down inside of 20 feet. We're struggling to execute down there.
Travel called against Soraya Matthew. So the Tigers with another turnover. That's a number of turnovers here early.
I've got 4 so far.
Gray up top, able to get inside. Floater's left short. Jayla Constant gets the rebound and puts it back in.
Those are, we play pretty solid defense, give up a shot, and we can't afford to give PC North offensive rebounds and let them score like that.
Tigers playing so patiently to get into the front court, but then losing it again for a 5th turnover. Kiana Gray with another steal.
Offensively, just those reverse pivots, the spin moves are picking our pockets when we're trying to spin.
Jefferson threw a hard shoulder into Audrey Dow's chest and was able to draw a whistle. She'll go to the free throw line.
Number 22, Janae Jefferson, at the line shooting 2.
Dylan, it already feels different than it did last Tuesday night. Just watching how, even I know we've had 4 turnovers, but just the level of play already, this is more of what we expected, right, than what we saw last Tuesday night. So
both free throws good. It's a 7-0 scoreline now. Smart of Peters not to dribble into the trap zone. Matthew going to the rack, too strong. Quickly, PC North pushing the other way. Three-pointer up and good. Danae Jefferson is lighting up the scoreboard here early. She's got 8 for PC North, and the Tigers are down 10.
Literally, you know, we've done a good job breaking the press, but execution at the half court's been a struggle so far tonight, and we haven't had that many shots. I mean, it feels like we definitely are struggling to get good looks, and so we've got to continue just to execute. We've got to do a better job in the half court than what we're doing right now, and I know Coach Coffey's going to be talking about that right now, but we got to get some shots up. We can't afford, you know, 4 turnovers and 2 shots or 3 shots. Like, we've got to have a different ratio.
Well, the first quarter is already almost complete, but we still have to get our keys to the game in, so we'll go down to our sideline reporter, Madison Dildine, for our Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation keys to the game.
Our first key is that we need short and crisp passes. We also need to rebound. Coach Coffey's looking for all players to crash defensive boards every single possession. And last but not least, he wants to be the more disciplined team. Dylan.
All right, Madison, thank you. We've seen a lot of those short passes here to try to break the press. It's been working so far. McCra left open down in the front court. Finally, she gets the basketball. Peters driving, not going to get the whistle, and 2 Tigers collide as the ball goes out of play.
Once again, being very patient, breaking the press, you know, side to side, trying to get the ball in the middle. We've done a good job of staying out of the corners, because that's what PC North's wanting us to do, is throw the ball just past the half-court line, and that half-court line becomes another defender, so we don't want to do that.
Corner 3 ball, good. It's Paige Williams getting on the scoreboard. (13-0).
That last press break, Dylan, was the best we've had this game. Just the flow was really good and not let them get set up too much.
Ball into Matthew, double team there. McCra gets the kick out, sidestepping, caught in traffic, low pass to Sanders, layup no good. Sanders coming into this game averaging 13.8 points, 8.2 rebounds. Those are both team highs. Good crossover from Constant, clears up some room, but unable to knock down the three-pointer.
You know, last possession, we get the ball inside to Sarai, and that's a point where you get the ball in the post. The guards have got to relocate on that side because they're doubling down. We just got to have somebody relocate. It's a great in and out, right? Look, Gracie Sanders knocks down the 3.
Sanders finds the first shot for the Tigers, and finally that seal is broken. And she's been knocked down, especially in this building. She's shooting 40% on the season from outside.
That was the best ball movement we've had offensively this quarter so far too. So.
And a three-pointer right back at the Tigers. Danae Jefferson again. 11 of the Panthers' first 16. McCra has room to get to the rim. Ball poked away, and it goes off of PC North. Scarlett Shell and Kylie Johnson checking in for the Tigers.
Scarlett Shell checking in for the Tigers. Number 21. Talia Cruzalate checking in for the Panthers.
Inbounded into the corner, Johnson immediately held up and turns it over.
Getting ourselves caught in a corner with no place to go.
PC North seems to like the corner, cashing out another tray ball, and it's Talia Kusawate. Ball stolen. PC North going the other way. Layup left short, but a foul on Johnson.
Well, Johnson's coming in. Obviously, we get a couple turnovers. We kind of had hit, a little bit of a rhythm, I will say, breaking the press and doing a really good job. And then we've got some subs and people in a little bit different places. And so we've got to, once again, you've got to have people coming off the bench that can handle things and settle in. And we see a pretty quick sub back in with Audrey Dow checking back in for Johnson, but hey, she's all right. She's got to settle down. And once again, for some of these players, they haven't seen a team like this. They haven't been on the court with them, and just the pace of the game right now.
19-3 becomes 20-3 after the second free throw. Free throws tonight, of course, brought to you by First National Bank. Sanders finally gets it across. Scarlett Shell loads one up from the corner. It's too long. Rebound, Peters, a putback, and the Tigers are on the board again. 20-5 now.
Great job staying with it. I mean, we had a good look offensively, but then crashing the boards. We got to have some of those tonight. We got to have some rebounds. Got to have some jump points. We need to mix it up a little bit, and so that's a positive right now when you look at the scoreboard with 51 seconds left and 20-5.
We're seeing great aggressiveness and use of vocal leadership right now from Leah Peters. She is trying to fire this team up and will them back into this ball game. Turnover there from Peters. McCrary all over it. Now Constant crosses over into the lane. Short jumper won't go. Rebound Peters.
And to get the ball back with, we got 25 seconds now. We need a really good offensive set right here.
A foul against PC North. Demi Howard will be assessed her first foul. And now with 22 seconds on the clock, Scarlett Shell goes to the free throw line.
Once again, that's a change in high school basketball just in the last few years where, going to quarters with the fouls reset like that. That's different than what it was even 5 years ago. And so once again, the players sometimes have to be like, oh yeah, that's 5. We're gonna go shoot free throws. So we'll take this bit on score with the clock stopped is good for us.
Shell knocks them down. 13-point deficit.
Need a big defensive stop right here, Dylan.
Would be a big momentum swing for the Tigers if they can do that. Long cross-court pass and a travel. Even bigger would be a bucket right here.
That's right. With 6 seconds left, we're going to have to attack the press faster, but we don't want to turn the ball over in the backcourt and let PC North score with time on the clock.
And an immediate foul on the Panthers. With this style of play that PC North plays, you can imagine there's going to be a lot of fouls,
right.
But they know that.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're playing that aggressive, then they can just bring somebody else in off the bench once again. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fouls called tonight. And, I mean, for us, we just need to knock down free throws.
Will come in crucial for Broken Arrow. Problem is, Tigers have struggled from the charity stripe, 56.6% as a team from the line. Peters makes the second one. 20-8, 4 seconds left. Pressuring the ball. Shot up in time, but it's a line drive and it's off target. Tigers trailing by 12 after one quarter. See some things you like, you see some things you don't. Obviously, Coach Coffey's going to have some words with his team here in the break, and we'll see what the message is. We'll see if it looks any different when the second quarter gets here in just a few moments live on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or a proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go Yay!
Welcome back here live on ArrowVision. Second quarter action between the Lady Tigers and the PC North Panthers. Tigers down by 12 right now. Madison Dildine was listening into Coach Coffey in the huddle.
His message was very simple. He said, hey, listen, we have to buckle down and start to play hard. We can't wait another 4 minutes into this quarter like we did the first. Dylan?
All right, thank you, Madison. Yeah, certainly a slow start for Broken Arrow, but it's been on the gas pedal for the last few minutes. Short shot from Jefferson is rebounded by Sanders. McCrary goes baseline, dishes it off to Dow. And another turnover for Broken Arrow. Quickly the other way for the Panthers. Clear shot opportunity, misfired by Rashia Miller.
Here we are back to executing in the half court, which is, once again, Janae's calling it out. We need to get set. We need a strong offensive possession, take care of the ball.
It'll stay with Broken Arrow.
Number 23,
PC North with another deflection. Sanders left open, fires away quickly, and knocks it down.
That's a pretty good out-of-bounds play right there when you get a shot like that and Gracie to be able to knock it down. We need a couple of those to fall in there.
And a remarkably quick trigger. She had the space. She knew it instantly and let it go. Kiana Gray had the space there, but shot it way too long. Coach Coffey trying to capitalize on the momentum swing.
Of course, PC North's going to set up in that press again, so how do we break it and then attack but be patient at the same time going against the press?
Matthew dribbles into a double team, lost the basketball. Swinging it around, Jayla Constant up top now. A lot of contact, but the Tigers able to steal it back. Now McCrary pushing it up the floor. All the way to the rim, McCrary airballs the layup, kicks it back out to Matthew. Matthew, Euro step and a foul.
Well, good job by, Janae's taking the ball to the basket, gets her own offensive rebound. It's like you see us adjusting and we're playing fast for a little bit, and then we get down in there. Sometimes we're open, and it's like, well, now what do we do? And I think sometimes that just comes from reading the defense. When you get yourself in traffic, you still got to be able to see the trees when you're in the middle of the forest, right? You got to see what's going on, and not assume down there. And so I think it's really important that we get the ball. Good job by Sarai knocking down the first free throw, but we've got to get the ball in the paint. And then when we get the ball in the paint, we've got to have people outside that are relocating. We cannot be stagnant on offense. And that's when we've had open looks, we've moved when the ball went inside. When we've turned it over, we've got people standing and watching on the outside.
Sophia Vogel is into the ball game. Sarai Matthew goes 2 for 2 from the First National Bank free throw line. Constant. Patience from the PC North offense. Jefferson lost the basketball. A lot of energy from the Tigers bench. Broken Arrow trailing by just 7 now. Constant met in the lane and a foul called. She hit the floor hard. They'll call it on Audrey Dow.
Foul called on Tigers number 3, Audrey Dow, second personal foul.
I think they're going to call this one on the floor. It was definitely not shooting.
And that foul was certainly down low because the arms of Audrey Dow, you can see it from our angle, were all ball.
Number 23.
Yeah, I think she was not happy with that call. Neither was Coach Coffey, because she had a lot of basketball on that one, a lot of leather.
Leah Peters checks in place of Dow. Jefferson down low. Peters immediately swipes it. Can't get rushed offensively. Matthew slows it back down and gets it off to McCrary. Smart play. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Matthew has room down the lane. Lays it up and in.
That's a great read by Soraya. As soon as ball cuts made, I mean, defense just traded off, and that's like slipping a screen. If the defense switches like that, I mean, that was a great read to the basket. And if they're going to switch everything like that, that's what we need to do is look at pick and rolls and diving in the basket, slipping screens.
Good defense from Sanders off the screen. Constant, a high dribble. McCrary trying to go for the rebound, is fouled. If you watch the Tiger bench and the Tiger student section right now, they are really getting into it because Broken Arrow is climbing back.
Absolutely. I mean, it was 20-7 right at one point. So on an 8-0 run right now for the Lady Tigers. But the energy is literally in the building. Great job, student body helping out a little bit.
McCrary calling out the plays. Dribbling down into the corner. A little bit of trouble there, spinning out of it, sidestepping, and a foul. McCrary plays at such a breakneck speed that if you blink, she's gone by you.
Yeah, I mean, a really good read. I mean, once again, we're looking at setting on-the-ball screens and how they're going to cover that and adjusting, but just reading the defense and taking what they give you. And so that was a very smart, high IQ play there by McCrary, and then drawing the foul. And if you're at PC North, you're like, don't bail them out. But they did. I mean, we get to go to the free throw line and need to cut into the lead.
McCrary struggled from the free throw line this season so far, 29%. Constant, driving, sidestepping, laying it up and through. You talked about Danae Jefferson, who's going to Northern Colorado. Jayla Constant committed to UNLV.
Got to get the ball across the line. Yep.
And there's that 10-second violation. Too much patience that time around.
We held it literally half a second too long. But better than giving up a turnover, a live ball it, and go shoot a layup.
Gray now up top with Paige Williams. Soraya Matthew defending. Called out for a switch. Leah Peters didn't hear it, and the miscommunication leads to a wide open layup. Two quick buckets for PC North. It's now 24-15. Johnson gets it to Peters. And now things settle back down. McCrary. 3 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Vogel tried to bounce pass it to McCrary. Tigers maintaining possession just barely. Now in the hands of Matthew. Kick out, McCrary for three. Got it to go.
We needed that, Dylan.
And a whistle, a foul on the floor on Soraya Matthew. That's Janaea McCrary's first three-pointer on the season. She's now 1 for 2.
Well, if we could shoot 50% from the three-point line, we'd take that, wouldn't we? Just a lot more shots like that.
Gracie Sanders takes the place of Sophia Vogel, and in conversations with Coach Coffey, that was one player that we brought up, was Sophia Vogel having to adjust to the varsity speed as a freshman anyway, and now having to play PC North, who wants to speed you up. She fared well in her first few minutes, but a couple of near turnovers, and Coach Coffey makes the change.
Yeah, but just coming back in, settling in.
Peters fires away from outside and cashes out. It's a three-point ball game. Timeout for PC North. Broken Arrow has a heck of a lot of momentum right now.
Back-to-back three-pointers will do that for you and really cut into the lead, but hey, great job not giving into the momentum and fighting through some, I would say, droughts, on the offensive end.
Three-pointers tonight brought to you by the Arrow Group, one of our One Club sponsors. I want to tell you about our presenting sponsor, Shields. They are proud to partner with Broken Arrow Public Schools. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love with the experts to help you choose. We'll have you feeling and performing your best right here at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall. Timeouts tonight brought to you by TTCU. TTCU supports your favorite school with the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU has donated more than $360,000 so far. Stop by your favorite BA branch and get yours today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit. 5-point ball game. PC North has the basketball. 2:06 to go here in this second quarter. The band got going, the student section, the bench, everybody fired up. This Broken Arrow has whittled the lead down to just 3. Kiana Gray cleared up for a wide open tray, and she will knock it down.
PC North shot a good percentage from the three-point line tonight, and I know they want to fire it up, so.
It's an easy way to quiet the noise inside the building. Peters will try another three-pointer, and it's offline. Constant splits defenders and a wide open layup. Great move from Jayla Constant.
That's one of those defensively, Dylan, that, talk about unforced turnover right there. That's not what I was going to say, but defensively, we think we've got her stopped. She splits the defense. We've got to get closer. We've got to close the gap where she can't get through and get to the basket right there.
You call a timeout because it's a 24-21 ball game. You've got all the momentum. PC North needs a moment to figure things out. Well, immediately it's 29-21. The scoreline changes. We'll step aside for a brief commercial break. Come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse. 29-21 the scoreline. PC North in front by 8. Tigers have had to field a lot of pressure, and it feels like they've done a pretty good job against it. Now, there have been a handful of turnovers, and you don't want that. But for the most part, Broken Arrow has been patient and has made the right passes.
Yeah, breaking the press has been interesting to see how much the press has bothered us versus, like we talked about earlier, just when we get down to the half-court offensive execution. The last turnover was just, I'm not going to say unforced because there was somebody near, but we literally just threw it out of bounds. And so those are the ones that really hurt because they didn't do anything to really cause that one. That was a self-inflicted wound, if you will.
Kiana Gray crosses over, gets by Sanders, lost the basketball. Now Jefferson steps inside the three-point arc and takes a long 2.
That's a tough basket, catch it off the dribble, make a 16-foot jump shot. It's kind of funny in basketball. It seems like there's a lot of layup or three-pointer and not a lot of that mid-range jumpers.
Matthew gets it inside, turns and puts up a shot, fouled in the process.
Foul called on Panthers number 24, Kiana Gray.
Sarai knocked down her 2 free throws last time she was at the foul line.
Number 30, Sarai.
Again, free throws brought to you by First National Bank. First National Bank is the oldest family-owned bank, originated in Tulsa County and Broken Arrow's oldest business, serving this community since day one and still all in for our schools, our students, and our Tigers. That's the First National Bank of Broken Arrow. Free throw just barely hung onto the rim there for a moment and fell off.
20 seconds left in the half, and as the student section starts to chant defense.
Great block from behind. It looked like it was Sanders that got to it. 10 seconds to go. Peters stepping up, trying to find some room. Time ticking away. 2 seconds on the clock. McCra fires, and it's off the mark. That will round out half number 1. Tigers trail by 9. Again, some things you like, some things you don't. Obviously, being down 9, there's a lot of things you can improve on.
Well, we handled ourselves a lot better in the second quarter. I thought our intensity came up. We executed better. We had fewer turnovers, so we had some bright spots, got to knock down some threes, and so I feel like we're closing the gap a little bit. I mean, we did win that quarter. I'll say that, but we're in the game.
Absolutely.
We're in the game.
Our halftime show is brought to you by St. Francis. We have something a little different that we're going to start doing each week. We have a couple of our students that will host our very own St. Francis halftime show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the ArrowVision studio. I'm Trisha Weston, and alongside me is Yuritsa Valerio, bringing you the St. Francis halftime show.
We'll bring you a couple of the latest ArrowVision projects at halftime for the live stream through the season. Our first video tonight is fully produced by ArrowVision students and takes you to New Life Ranch for an inside look at the Student Leadership Retreat.
Leadership Retreat is a weekend of fun experiences and good leadership morals that are taught to those who go. Stay in your cabins with your friends, have a good time, meet new people, and learn new things.
Leadership Retreat is a weekend where students can come and we do activities and meet new people and spend the night in New Life Ranch.
I think my favorite activity was the serenade. I had a lot of fun doing it though with my friends. It was fun. And I feel like even though the girls didn't really like the songs, I feel like they still had a little bit of fun at the end whenever Cade started soloing on the guitar.
I wanted to go to Leadership Retreat because it was an opportunity to grow as a person and to build connections with other people.
Well, I decided to go this year because I've never been before and I heard that it's really fun and I wanted to meet new people and get out of my comfort zone. My favorite part about the Leadership Retreat was getting to spend time with friends and definitely meeting new people.
I learned a lot of different things. One of them being that you can always find new experiences when you meet new people, and that it's important to get out of your comfort zone in order to do that.
You know, Leadership Retreat it's one of those things that it doesn't just stay at Leadership Retreat, it always translates out.
I learned that you never know what people are going through, and I'll apply it to my everyday life.
The most uncomfortable part of retreat was probably getting vulnerable, and I learned that it's okay to open up because it can change your perspective.
If I had to convince somebody to go to this leadership retreat in one sentence, I would say, if you're ready to experience something new and get out of your comfort zone, this is for you.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Welcome back to the St. Francis Halftime Show. Our next feature takes us back 5 decades to the year 1975.
This fall, the Tiger program celebrated their 50th year as a program with both current and former members.
Over the span of 50 years, a team has become a family. A family that has brought life to the sidelines, energy to the dance floor, and fulfillment to the lives of hundreds of BA students. In 1975, a group of high school students formed a drill team known as the Tigettes. 5 decades later, their legacy lives on.
I think that the tradition is the biggest part of it, is letting them know that this isn't just something that happened overnight, that it has taken 50 years to establish where we are today. And I knew coming into BA last year that I was taking on an incredible program, but I think it just really solidified everything for me on how incredible everyone has been for the past 50 years and the legacy that was set forth for me to take over and now be a part of. So it's just an incredible feeling. We were able to get with a bunch of past alumni, including the original founders of the program, which was really cool. And we planned a alumni dinner last night. We also had our alumni in the parade. And then tonight we'll have about 45 alumni taking part in the game, and then a few more that will be just in the stands, reliving their high school glory days. Kristen Chenoweth is one of our alumni from the mid-'80s, and her show opened on Broadway last night, The Queen of Versailles, so she was not able to attend any of our events, but she wanted to be a part of it, so she sent us a video message that she actually recorded when she was here in Broken Arrow this summer for her Broadway boot camp.
I hope you're having as much fun as I did when I was a part of it. Being a member of Tigettes really was such a great thing for me, to be a part of such a team.
She often talks about her time as a Tigette and what it meant to her, and so she shared that with the girls and with the alumni, and it was just really incredible to hear from her and know that this program has had an impact on her and still does. I think the girls have really enjoyed seeing the old pictures, seeing the old uniforms, and then tonight getting to meet some of the former Tigettes and put it all together. You know, once a Tigette, always a Tigette.
Hey Tigers! Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Thanks for tuning in live on ArrowVision to Broken Arrow basketball and our St. Francis halftime show.
Let's get back out to the broadcast crew in the Tiger Fieldhouse for the second half.
Thank you to our St. Francis halftime show hosts, Yuritsa Valerio and Gentry Weston. They did a great job, and we're going to have those students featured every single week, and excited about that opportunity for our ArrowVision students to get involved on our broadcast every week. Of course, they also help throughout the broadcast every single night with things like graphics, camera work, and even TDing, so they do a great job in making our shows happen. I'm Dylan Rivera. Alongside me is Coach Tiff Jones. Madison Dildine is our sideline reporter. The Tigers right now trailing 31-22 against PC North, a game that, Coach, we had discussed was a must-watch from the very beginning because this was going to be a measuring stick for Broken Arrow.
Right, and I think we've seen growth even over the first two quarters, right? First quarter, we had a lot of turnovers. We cut those turnovers in half from what we had in the second quarter. And so let's toss it down to Madison and see what Coach Coffey has to say at this point.
Coach, what was your halftime message to your team?
It can completely continue to play hard. I mean, I felt like our effort, we were shell-shocked early, going up against such an athletic group and the way that they press and how long they are. But our kids didn't hang their heads. They kept playing. They've done a great job of rebounding the basketball here, limiting them to one shot for the most part in this half. We just got to go back out here and go be us. And I felt like once we settled down, we were us. We just got to limit their runs.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Coffey and Coach Jones. To me, it felt like the big issue that needed to be addressed was just the half-court offense because it felt like a lot of times you were breaking the press and getting down there, and then it was like, oh, we still have to find a bucket too. Right. And it kind of felt off for Broken Arrow in the first half.
Yes. It felt forced. I mean, I thought we did a great job, and just turning the ball over. When you break the press and you turn it over in the half court like that, especially some of them were in the paint, get the ball in the paint, turn it over. That is just like, it's deflating.
Yeah.
I mean, it just really is, because you work so hard to get the ball down there, and then all of a sudden 4 feet from the basket and we throw it away. And so eliminating those mistakes, that's really, and we knocked down a couple open shots, that's when we made that run and really chipped away at the lead and cut it down to 3-point lead.
I think the other big thing is making sure to close out on the shooters, because PC North has been able to score in bunches because they can shoot from outside, and if you leave them just enough room, they're going to knock it down.
Well, we've got to close out hard and keep track of the basketball, but in the same sense, you're also talking about being in good help position and closing off the gaps. Take a charge. Don't let them get in the paint. And so we've got to really, defensively, we've got our work cut out for us. But the longer the game goes and the more we stay close with them, really the pressure goes to them. The pressure's on them tonight because they are the #1 team in the state. Everybody's talking about it. And so we can come out and play hard, but the pressure's not on us.
Broken Arrow 5-0, PC North 4-0. These are 2 of the last 4 undefeated teams left in 6A. One of the 2 will leave with a loss here tonight. Mentioned earlier, it's also a battle of streaks. 20-game home winning streak for the Tigers. That's on the line. PC North is on a 25-game overall winning streak. That is on the line. Broken Arrow, the only school in 6A to have both their boys and girls teams start the season 5-0. And we'll have the boys right after this one against the PC North boys. Early turnover here in the second half. Going the other way, PC North drives into the chest of Audrey Dow. Shot won't go, and Broken Arrow is able to get the rebound. Good move from McCra, trying to sidestep. Ball stripped away by Jefferson. Layup for PC North. Drops right through. It's Paige Williams.
And really, we just talk about we did not need to turn the ball over. And we get the ball in the paint and have 2 turnovers. And so that's not how the first 2 possessions, I'm sure Coach Coffey hadn't drawn it up like that.
Dow drives hard to the rack, draws the foul, and goes to the free throw line.
This kind of goes back to just their pressure over the course of a game. It's like that pipe bursting. That pressure just stays on, and how are we going to adjust to that? And so it is not a lack of effort of intensity, but once again, we can't let that pressure control tempo and get us to play and do things that we don't need to be doing.
Free throw good from Audrey Dow. She's been shooting 75% from the line so far this season. Goes 1 for 2 there. Williams tried to get it across the lane. Ball swatted away by Sanders. PC North got it right back, though, and the short jumper drops for Rashia Miller. Actually, excuse me, that's Micaiah Moore.
That's one, Gracie Sanders. She was in good position, had a great defensive tip, and it went right to them.
Great press break, but McCrary's shot was rejected by Jefferson.
But we were under control in the paint. That's the difference.
McCrary gets it into Sanders. Dow flashes across the lane. McCrary caught up. Ball on the floor. Sanders on top of it. Now Dow with it. Great job by Sanders. Long possession here for Broken Arrow, but you can feel the hands of PC North are everywhere. Matthew to the right block. Got it to go.
That's a tough shot. Tough shot. But, good discipline from us during that was a long possession. I wish I'd have paid attention what time we got the ball on that one. But it was ugly at times, but we hung on to the ball and fought through it, and then we ended up getting a pretty good shot.
Kiana Gray cleared up for a shot, but she pump fakes and put it on the floor. Now out to Jefferson. She will take the shot, and she'll drill it.
She makes that look easy, Dylan.
Danae Jefferson has 17 points now. Sanders dribbles between all the maroon jerseys and kicks it out to Dow for three. She answers right back.
It's like there's that fine line with discipline and patience and attacking. And we see glimpses of that tonight where we have that balance. I mean, it's perfect. And that last possession was an example of that.
Ball rejected just a little bit by Sanders. Not much more than a tip, but able to send the shot awry. Matthew to the rim, too strong. Sanders tried to follow. Shot blocked. PC North scramble for the basketball. Everybody on the floor, and a jump ball. 5 bodies on the floor, and that's at least some hustle points, if nothing else.
Well, that shows you how important this is, right? This is a big-time game, and you want to make a statement in 6A and around the state. Like, this is the game to make it in, and so great effort. I mean, there's a lot of people sliding all over the floor, and that's what you want. Players that bend over to pick up that loose ball versus diving on the floor and claiming it. I mean, great effort. And, yeah, jump ball, they get the ball back, but we're having better possessions this quarter.
Constant drives by Sanders. Good contest from Sanders. Ball loose. Constant using that long reach to continue after it. Jefferson got the ball back. Corner 3 for North. Rattles out. I don't think I've ever seen a pass to a player sitting down and have it actually work out.
It was like they drew it up that way or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's an unusual play, to have a player seated just inside the half-court line and throw them the pass. And if people are wondering, yes, that's 100% legal. They just can't get up. If inquiring minds want to know.
You don't have to Google search it. We have Tiff Jones on the case. Or nowadays, Chat GPT it.
That's true.
Constant with the ball up top. Swung into the corner. Jefferson wants another one. That one's way over the rim. .310 to go here in the third quarter. BA down 11. Matthew, plenty of time and space. Three-pointer offline. Scarlett Shell will check in.
Dylan, the word I was going to think that's describing what we're seeing is we are being more disciplined this half, and I think that's one. If you look at all of the different things that we need to execute, we've got to be disciplined, and we can out-discipline PC North. And so, how are they going to adjust to a game that, quite honestly, the tempo has slowed down, which is probably in our favor because they really want to run all the time and press. So it's a little bit different speed than what it was in the first half.
Certainly a lot more disciplined than we saw last week against Edmond Santa Fe. Three-point shot, way short, but they'll call a foul on Audrey Dow. So 3 shots on the way for Paige Williams.
I know she was trying to hurry and get out there, but even from our perch in the corner, we could see a little contact on the follow-through there. So not something you want to do is foul somebody on a three-point shot.
Still one more free throw to go. I don't think everybody on the line was aware.
Oh, got to get Sarai back on the lane there.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Quick Trip, proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. (41-27). Vogel gets it off to McCrary, driving to the rim, and a foul called.
That goes back to breaking the press and being able to look at your numbers, and Janae did a good job going in and draw contact. PC North's hadn't been real fond of some of those calls going to the basket, but we have to continue to attack. Good job by Janae to knock down the first free throw.
Mentioned earlier the speed that McCra plays at, but she's also very herky-jerky with her moves, and it makes it hard for the defense to know exactly when and where to be.
Just handling the pressure like that full court.
Caught up now by a couple of Panthers, and they'll call a foul on Williams. That's the third foul of the quarter for PC North. Second one on Williams.
I think that's an important strategy right now is continue to draw fouls so we can have a chance to score with the great finish by Sarai right there, but if we can score with the clock stop, that's to our advantage right now. So we need to continue to attack them and make them foul us.
Matthews scoring out of a phone booth. She had not a lot of room to work with, but still able to find two. And PC North finds three. And it's Demi Howard with the triple. And I think they may call her for a technical. As right after she drilled the three, she pointed at Sophia Vogel. And so Broken Arrow will go to the free throw line. Sophia Vogel will take them. Vogel, 100% from the free throw line. She's 2 for 2 on the season.
Well, there you go. That may be why she's there, Dylan. Appears so, right?
Still at 100%. I'm going to give her the commentator's curse if I'm not careful. Not this time, at least. 4 for 4 from the line on the season for Sophia Vogel. Her first points of the evening. Tigers down by 12.
Number 32, Micaiah Moore, checking in for the Panthers.
Lady Tigers get the ball at the half-court line off the technical.
Ball stolen away. Euro step, layup no good. Blocked by Peters. She didn't think it was a foul, but North will go to the free throw line.
Foul called on Tigers number 23, Leah Peters, first person.
The pace of this quarter and the rhythm of this quarter has been different than it has been for everything else, really. I mean, I'm thinking about just the speed. We've had some possessions that lasted a long time. You know, we had one possession that lasted forever, it felt like. But even just like that call, technical foul called for taunting, you know, unsportsmanlike conduct, what they'd say in football, but that taunting in basketball. It's just been, we've had a pass to a player that's been seated at the half-court line. All kinds of interesting calls tonight.
Offensive rebound for the Panthers. Minute 15 until the end of the third quarter. Stolen by Scarlett Shell. Getting it off to Sanders. Sanders lining it up and leaving it just short. Long outlet pass. Panthers maintain possession. Kiana Gray cleared up for three. Got it to go. Timeout for Broken Arrow. TTCU timeout. And it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 47-32, 40.9 on the third quarter clock. Coach, it's been a rough third quarter here as PC North has been able to pile up a lot of points. Haven't seen too many turnovers that you're exasperated, but obviously they're adding up now to this point. You've got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, turnovers and I'm going to say uncontested shots. Like that last three-pointer, she was wide open, and we just didn't communicate defensively, didn't get somebody up. We didn't find the basketball. And it seems like our turnovers, they've been able to capitalize and go down and score. And when they've turned the ball over, we haven't been able to do the same consistently.
I feel like the best solution right now defensively would be to run PC North off the three-point line and send them into the lane. We haven't seen them score a ton of points underneath the basket. Try to force them to get downhill and quit giving up three-pointers. Good give and go as McCra gets a shot up and a foul.
Yeah. And really, anytime somebody's going to pressure like that and deny passes everywhere, give and goes, backdoor cuts, those are things that you want to look for, and they're overplaying passes. And so we're going to have some as a great read and a great cut, but that's what you need to do against a team that's going to pressure like that.
She's the kind of team that a very good ball fake will do you very well.
Yes, it would. Because I'm guessing that 5 people wearing maroon would move if that were the case.
Sanders with great effort to get the ball back, and again she got the offensive board, but still can't buy the bucket.
Those are ones that haunt you a little bit because got a little bit of a hurry, and then we pick up a foul in the backcourt, and that's a discipline foul, Dylan. That's all that one is.
Second foul on Janaea McCrary. 10 seconds to go. Constant driving to the rim, off the mark, offensive board, no go, and that's where the quarter will end. Tigers down by 14, still hanging around, staying within striking distance, but you're going to need a really almost perfect quarter in the fourth to clean this up.
Going to have to take care of the ball, and we're going to put some points on the board, but we've got to have some defensive stops and play without fouling, and then draw fouls on them to get the clock to stop so we can score from the free throw line.
We'll see what happens. 8 minutes to go here in this one. We'll bring it right back after this commercial break live here on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is... Jessica? Not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all... Oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap, and I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Tigers and Panthers, fourth quarter action. Live here on ArrowVision. Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, was listening to Coach Coffey in the huddle in between the third and fourth quarter there. Matthew with the ball up top. Ball popped up and Dow comes down with it. Shot from the right block, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's try to get Madison Dildine again here. We didn't pick up her microphone. Madison?
Coach was telling the girls that this is going to be a game of runs. He said, I need all 5 of you to be ready to fly around this court. It needs to be a goldfish mentality.
A goldfish mentality, Coach.
I know I've said that before. Sometimes you've, well, we gave up another three-pointer right there, but we're going to forget some of the stuff that happened in the third quarter and just come back out and compete and execute on this end. And, well, I mean, really, we do have to fly around the court because we got to pick up the pace and start chipping away. There's not a backcourt.
Got to let Andre Dow establish, or there will be that backcourt violation. 50-33 the scoreline.
I was about to say there's not a 17-point shot that gets you back in the game, so it's just got to be one possession at a time, and we cannot turn the ball over. We've got to get shots off.
Driving baseline, Williams' floater is left short. Rebound, McCrary. Pushing it, outlet pass to Sanders. Great find and great finish.
We haven't had many fast break points tonight, Dylan. So that was good.
Broken Arrow bringing the pressure now. Coach Coffey wanted Peters to double up. Three-pointer too long. Rebound McCrary again. Tigers have numbers. McCrary tried to feed Matthew in the post. Stolen. Constant. Layup. Short. Fight for the rebound. And a jump ball.
We go back to that last possession. Really, Dylan Sarai had a mismatch inside, and she was calling for the basketball because she had a huge mismatch and just another turnover that we had a chance to, you know, that's a potential 4-point swing right there.
A foul and the bucket as Rashia Miller gets the and one. Foul goes against Kylie Johnson, who just checked into the ball game.
Number 2, Rashia Miller to the line, shooting 1.
Miller completes the old-fashioned three-point play.
And they're right back in the press, Dylan.
PC North doesn't have plans of calling off the Dogs.
No. Foul
there on Layla Shomo.
Foul called on Panthers number 14, Layla Shomo. First personal.
This is something small, but yet something so big in games is just offensively. When someone's pressuring like that, is to go meet every pass. If you go meet every pass, they're going to run into you, and then you draw fouls. It is so few players do that, and it's an easy way to get somebody in foul trouble because they're going to be out of position.
Funny enough, that's something that Coach Wallace has as a key to the game in the next one, as the Broken Arrow boys and PC North boys go head-to-head. Foul on the floor. It goes against Williams. That's number 3 on her.
Third personal foul, second team.
Just execution right now.
Sanders fouled from behind. The officials are starting to tighten up on those calls around the catch.
Well, once again, there's pressure everywhere, and so if we just continue to meet the pass, they have shown that they will foul us, and so sometimes some of the best parts of your offense are drawing fouls, quite honestly.
Peters drives baseline, throws it right into traffic, but evades the turnover as the ball goes out of play.
Sometimes you got to ugly it up, right? Make it an ugly game, and if you can get them, we've got 5:15 left, but we need to draw. If they're going to continue to pressure like that, A, we can't turn the ball over, and B, they will foul us, and then we're going to have to go to the line and knock them down.
5:15 to go in this ball game. Query trying to get it off to Sanders. It's deflected away. Constant bounce pass to Gray, and she is hit hard by Audrey Dow.
She was not going to allow her to have an old-fashioned three-point play. That's how I read that one.
Number 24, Kiana Gray to the line, shooting 2.
Gray's first free throw, good. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by St. Francis Health System, now hiring across the region with multiple expansions, training programs, and scholarship opportunities. There's never been a better time to join a growing team committed to exceptional care. Learn more at stfrancis.com.
Again, a pretty good job breaking the press.
Johnson got the ball down in the corner and is trapped, but a foul called on the steal. Again, doing a nice job getting down the floor, but then as soon as you get into the half-court setting, it goes awry.
The execution at the half-court has not been what it needs to be. And I think, I know we're looking at the scoreboard and it's 55-35. it is a long season, and this is going to be a game that we look back. There's going to be a lot of takeaways, things that we can improve on as we, we'll play them again. And then who knows when you get in the playoffs, what the draw is going to be like. But there's so many things that we can learn. And the turnover for Soraya in the paint. But we've done some things well, but we've got a lot of things that we can do better. And I think that's going to be one of the takeaways tonight is, what did we learn? Because there were moments, Dylan, where I thought we executed at a really high level and did some good things. And then just the offensive droughts have really caught up with us tonight.
Gray cleared up for another three-point shot opportunity, and she can't find it. And an unforced turnover going PC North's way.
That's a frustration turnover is what that looked like.
So a timeout for Broken Arrow. And we'll do the same. 20-point deficit, 4.5 to go here in this ball game. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back live to the Tiger Fieldhouse. The Tigers down on the floor. We showed you at halftime 50 years of the Broken Arrow Tigers, a phenomenal team, a phenomenal family, and it's been really cool to see this group showcase in the football games, the basketball games they had a dance tonight. Really fun group to be around as well. I've been able to be around them at the practice facilities in the past, and they just have a lot of fun.
I say, how cool is it? Just I think about all the different programs that Broken Arrow has to offer, and that's just another one. We talk about ArrowVision, we talk about Fine Arts, talk about so many different athletic teams, and so just the opportunities that kids get to have at Broken Arrow High School that I think they think is normal, that may not be happening in a lot of other high schools across America. So it is fun to see that camaraderie that the Tigers have, and what Coach Dennis is, how she's leading that program right now.
It's also Christmas sweater night.
Yes, it is.
It's an added bonus.
I can promise you that at every school in America, every educator knows what Friday is. As we look forward to the end of this, and then winter break arrives.
That's right. McCrary bringing the ball up the floor. PC North still pressuring. McCrary fouled as she crosses the timeline. Broken Arrow in the bonus. And the junior point guard will go to the free throw line.
Well, we've got a chance now with the last 4 minutes to be able to score at the foul line, score without the clock running.
McCrary misses the free throw. She comes from a basketball family. Actually told me before this season that her cousin is Terrence Ferguson, who used to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder and overseas as well. Athletic family, and Coach Coffey called him the sweetest family.
Well, there you
go. A very
go.
giving family. And he thinks passing just runs in her veins, just giving it off to other people.
Well, if you've got a point guard and that's not their MO, that's going to be a problem. Because that's, man, you got to have great guard play to be super successful. I would say not just in high school, but in college, you've got to have great guard play. So I know this is, with 3:59 left in the game, this is not the scoreboard that the Lady Tigers wanted. But I do think there are some things that we're going to walk away tonight and that we've learned about ourselves. Sometimes you got to learn what do we need to work on, and we're seeing some things tonight. But we've also, there have been moments where we've played right with PC North, and so how do we shorten those time periods where we're not executing at a high level, and how do we extend those ones where we're playing at a high level? And that just shows you that there are the pieces are there. We just got to get better on some skills and decision making sometimes, things that we can control.
I think we saw a lot of good here tonight.
Yeah.
But the only time that really for an entire quarter I felt like it was really well put together was the second quarter, is when the Tigers really fought back and almost got to the point where it was like a tie ball game. They were down by 3 at one point in the second quarter and really fought hard, and you felt like, okay, there's life going into the locker room, but of course both teams make adjustments. PC North comes out, plays really well here in the second half, and Broken Arrow hasn't been able to weather that storm.
Yeah, and if you look at just score by quarters, we win the second quarter. That was the one quarter that we did win tonight. And so just that continuing, you know, the effort has been there. It hasn't been that they haven't played hard, because that's not it at all. They play hard and they play for each other. You know, we were talking about culture a while ago, but the culture that Coach Coffey has created in this program. We've got junior Lady Tigers right from the community that are here watching. Hopefully they'll get to wear a Lady Tiger varsity jersey someday. But our student section, this culture and what's special about this place is that they play for each other, they play for their school, and they play for their community.
It's a culture that's been built, go back to the days of Waymeyer.
Yes,
and how
absolutely.
It's grown from there to where it is now here today. We talked about the Tigets and how that foundation being laid 50 years ago has grown the program into what it is now. It's very same for basketball. Sanders gets the layup and a timeout for Broken Arrow. Timeout's brought to you by TTCU. 56-38 deficit right now for the Tigers. We'll step aside for a commercial break and come right back here live on ArrowVision.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed Tender Bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse live here on ArrowVision. 56-38, PC North in front with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go here on the game clock inside the Fieldhouse. Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones and Madison Dildine on the sidelines. We mentioned that the 20-game home win streak for Broken Arrow was on the line here tonight, and it looks like right now that PC North will bring that streak to an end, but it speaks to what we were just talking about before that commercial break, is the culture here at Broken Arrow in this basketball program, in this gym. It's a winning culture, and Broken Arrow has done that here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse.
Yeah, it's really kind of an interesting thing. You talk about you create a monster where winning is the expectation every night out, and if you only win by 10 or you only win by 20, you know, what was wrong tonight? And you create this monster. And I know that I've certainly lived through that and what that's like, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to have, but also it's like people get spoiled, right? I mean, there's just the expectation that we're going to win at Broken Arrow and we're going to do things with excellence and everything that we do, and that goes to facilities, it goes to how our fans act, you know, academically, our student athletes, and everything that we do is going to be with excellence. And so we do get spoiled sometimes that we're just used to winning everything every night out. So
winning, I think, still very much is and should be the expectation.
Absolutely.
But, of course, this is a team that looks different than it did last year. It's a younger team, and I talked to Coach Coffey earlier today about this. Is you got off to such a fast start, a 5-0 start. You start thinking this is going to be a great season. We're going to have all these wins, and you got to remember this is still that young team that's going to go through the valleys. And there's going to be games like last week where even though you pick up a win, it was a hard-fought and difficult win to find as Leah Peters finds a layup. And then there's going to be games like tonight where you're going to play one of the top teams in the state, and you're going to take away some lessons that you can go back to the practice gym and go back to the drawing board and try to clean up, because a young team is going to go through trials and tribulations. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. So this is one of those trials and one of those tribulations. You go into next week and you just prepare for another game. It's not even next week. It's Friday. Capitol Hill is the next ball game. So you just turn your attention to the next one and you move on.
Yeah, and there's going to be things you can learn from film. Sometimes you got to see it. I think that's true for a lot of players. You can see it on film. You know when you're out of position, what you can learn from film and watching yourselves make mistakes and what should we look for next time. Hey, PC North is a great team, right? Let's don't take anything away. They are a great team, and they are phenomenal athletes. And so they've executed well tonight, obviously, and they've done some really good things. But I don't want to take away, we've also done some really good things tonight. And even though it's 56-40 with 125 left in the game, there have been some things that we can really expand on and learn and get better as the season goes. It's a long season.
Layup good from Micaiah Moore. That brings the lead back up to 18, and another turnover for the Tigers.
And you definitely, I think there have been times where the game felt like we cut it down to 24-21. It was a tight game, and there were times that you look up and it's a 10 or 12-point game, but it felt like it was about a 4-point game. I mean, because it seems like it's just a couple possessions here, there, a couple turnovers, but maybe a missed shot there, and they go down and score. And there were some momentum swings that they were able to capitalize on that we did in the second quarter, but outside of that, we've struggled to get much momentum going.
Nice defense from Janaea McCrary down low. We talked about this matchup for a good reason. There's two players that are going to be playing high-level college basketball that come from Grind Prep Academy by way of them to the PC North Panthers. And still so much talent on this roster that has yet to commit somewhere. Peters takes the steal and tries to find a layup here late. Can't do so. McCrary a steal, and back and forth we go. Trying to Euro step, she's fouled by Jefferson. So when we say the term measuring stick, that's really what this is you go up against one of the best teams in the state, some of the best players in the state, and you're able to see how far you need to go to get to the top.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, once again, I mean, you're going to play people, a lot of times you're going to play teams a couple times in basketball, sometimes 3 times. It could be a tournament, it could be 4 times in a year. And so what are you going to learn out of this? And I think that we are going to learn. I think we're going to use this as an opportunity to say, hey, these are things that we really need to work on. These are places that we can improve. And as a result of that, that's going to help us as we work towards February, and the end of February we start getting the playoffs.
Williams driving to the rim. Sanders got a piece of it. Ball on the floor. Peters tied up with Howard. And a jump ball goes Broken Arrow's way with 8 seconds to go. Give a shout out to the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. They're celebrating 33 years of providing teacher grants. Visit bapsfoundation.org for more info. And Coach, we were able to do that just this week, is go alongside the foundation here at ArrowVision and hand out the teacher grants. And a lot of fun getting to see the teachers get their big prizes and everything that they had signed up for to help their classroom. So a big shout out to the foundation. Tigers here tonight inside the gym fall from 58-43, and the 20-game home win streak comes to an end. But I don't want that to sound like it's just another feat. 20 games in a row here at the inside Tiger Fieldhouse. I mean, that is an unbelievable marker and something that certainly will take a long time to be broken.
Yeah, that's not something that you can just say lightly and be like, everybody has a 20-game win streak at home. So what a cool accomplishment for the Lady Tigers before this team, and then coming in with this group too. They've got nothing to hang their heads about tonight. You want to win every game. You're talking to someone who wants to win every game. We all know that, but we learned a lot tonight, and we're going to get better, and we're going to be more competitive, and we'll have another shot at PC North soon.
Broken Arrow will play Capitol Hill on Friday at 6 p.m. That's the next contest. But before we turn our attention there, we'll turn it over to Madison Dildine down on the floor with Coach Coffey.
Coach, from your perspective, what changed tonight?
First of all, I think this was a measuring stick game for us, just to see where we are December 16th. They're the best team in the state right now. And, I felt like our kids played really, really well in spurts. But we definitely kind of lost our minds in certain scenarios as well tonight. So I think part of that is just being a young basketball team once again, trying to learn in pressure situations. And I'm proud of our kids and how they competed. We missed a lot of bunnies tonight. We also shot, I think, right around 52% from the free throw line. You can't win in big games in those scenarios.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Coffey, and thank you to Madison. I think we're going to call it a rain gauge game just to stop saying measuring stick. We've said that so much here tonight. Our post-game show here brought to you by Tulsa Bone and Joint. Coach, ends up being a big loss for the Tigers and their first real big one of the season, really their first one of the season anyway.
Right.
But their first game where really felt like they were struggling to really get anything going. And we saw, as we'd said, spurts and moments where it looked really good, but it wasn't there from start to finish. And that's something you can go back to the practice gym and go back to the whiteboards and get things corrected. Yeah,
that's one of those things that you're going to look at and you're going to be like, hey, in these 2 minutes, we did all these things really well, and then we don't do those again for 4 minutes. And it's frustrating as a coach sometimes when you see that, hey, we did this really well for so long, and then all of a sudden it was like, what happened? And we forgot how well we did something. So sometimes you got to be reminded how well you did things in these spurts so that you can do them for longer periods of time.
We've got a little bit of a break before our next home game. As I said, Capitol Hill is on Friday, but the way the schedules and the district schedules and the holidays and everything works out, we only have one home game in January, and it's against Muskogee. I believe that's January 13th. We'll be here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse with that broadcast live. But we have one game in January, and then it's on to February, so you're not going to be seeing much of us over the next month or so.
That's right.
So just a heads up on that. It might be a little bit before we have some Lady Tiger basketball back on. But we will be back in the new year. We will see you then. But before we get out of here, I want to give one more shout-out to the Arrow Group, a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools, based here in Oklahoma, based here in Broken Arrow, actually. They provide risk management and insurance programs for businesses across our region. From contractors to manufacturers to professional offices, you can trust the Arrow Group to protect what matters most. We thank you for tuning in here to this edition of Lady Tiger Basketball. The boys game is set to follow here in just a moment. That's another big one. 8-1 PC North boys Panthers team against the 5-0 Tigers. Should be a lot of fun. Should be very fast-paced, so you'll definitely want to tune into that one. We'll have tip-off here in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tiger Fieldhouse. It's the Tulsa Bone and Joint pregame show as Broken Arrow gets set to do battle against the Putnam City North Panthers. Dylan Rivera here with Adam Winkin, and Madison Dildine is down on our sidelines. We go from the girls' game to the boys' game, and we're getting ready to talk talking points and main things that Broken Arrow needs to key in on against the boys. But the same points really apply because PC North brings pressure. You're going to have to take care of the basketball. Short passes are going to have to be complete. Smart passes, don't get sped up, all those sorts of things. Those are the keys tonight.
Yeah, Broken Arrow's going to have to take care of the basketball. BC North can attack you many different ways defensively and from the offensive side. Look for Broken Arrow to make a lot of free throws tonight. They're shooting north of 75%. It's going to be a key in this ballgame tonight.
Coach Wallace had talked to us about that they like to trap on the screens. They like to get up and try to deflect passes. So anytime a team plays like that, you can expect a lot of fouls, and that's the expectation for the Broken Arrow coaching staff. So they're expecting to be at the charity stripe quite a bit. So get used to hearing First National Bank free throw line. We'll be saying that probably quite a bit here. But Adam, another thing that's going to come into play here is the Tigers in the half-court offense and trying to find something to score against and way to attack them. And as I just said, they're going to double off of those screens, so that's something that Coach Wallace had brought up with us.
Yeah, and Broken Arrow's going to want to dictate the pace of this game. They don't want to let PC North start writing the script, so to speak. Look for Broken Arrow to take their time and get a really good shot selection, because if PC North starts to rush shots, that's when turnovers happen, and that's going to be tough for Broken Arrow to recover.
Well, and as Coach Wallace had mentioned with us, is PC North is a veteran team. If you remember, this is the same team that Broken Arrow had a struggle with in the quarterfinal at the Big House last year, and eventually BA was able to take care of them and push them away and send them out of the playoffs. But certainly was a tough contest then, and this team is mostly back. It's a lot of the same names and a lot of the same players that got to that stage last year and now getting ready to take on Broken Arrow again. They play for each other, and they're a team that is unselfish, and Coach Wallace knows that's a dangerous team.
Yeah, and Broken Arrow, although not young, still relatively inexperienced with some of the players that are new to BA this year. BA is going to have to keep their composure. This is going to be a good test. Broken Arrow has some great wins, have had to fight back from the half. We've talked many times about how strong Broken Arrow is in the third quarter. They're going to have to maintain their composure because PC North is going to be aggressive on the defensive end. Some calls are going to go their way, some calls are not. Look for Broken Arrow to keep their composure and stay in the game.
Well, we keep talking about Coach Wallace's thoughts, so I feel like maybe now's the right time in our Tulsa Bone and Joint pregame show to toss to his thoughts and give it off to him, and the quick thoughts with Coach Wallace. All right, Tiger fans, tip-off not too far away now. Coach Wallace here joining me. Coach, you got PC North in the house tonight. They play up-tempo. They want to force turnovers. First question for you is just how do you guys control the speed of this game and try to play at your pace?
I think that's exactly what we have to do. We have to control the speed, and we can't always be in a hurry to get down the floor, even though that's how we want to play. It probably benefits them a little bit more than it benefits us to do that. So we've got to do a good job of controlling tempo and running when we need to run and slowing down when we need to slow down.
We talked about it a little bit beforehand with this interview, is there's so many guys on the floor for them that can really get it done offensively and defensively. But there's not one real true weapon that you go, okay, we need to cancel him out. So how difficult is that from a defensive standpoint to try to approach this game?
Well, it's very difficult, and they've got a lot of experience back, and we played them in the semis last year, and I'm sure DJ's going to be telling them that, their coach. He's going to be reminding them of that. But we've got to do a good job defensively of understanding our assignment individually and then understanding our team assignment as well. But they've got a lot of different weapons, that guys that are going to shoot it, and they'll all shoot it a little bit, but they've got some athletes, they'll throw it inside. So they've got good size. It's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. Tip off now just moments away, live here on ArrowVision.
Slip and slide records. Finna take it to the highs. Just get on up and get down. We don't play, we take it to the highs. MIA, take it to the house. It's the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house. 305, take it to the house. Oh, we got that fire, take it to to the house. Slip and slide, take it to the house. 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 Take it to the house.
Welcome back here on the Tulsa Bone and Joint pregame show. Tulsa Bone and Joint is here to help you keep moving forward with expert orthopedic specialists and physical therapists. We'll get you back to doing what you love fast. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward. One of our awesome One Club sponsors, and we'll be sneaking them in throughout the broadcast here tonight. Of course, Keys to the Game brought to you by Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation, and our sideline reporter Madison Dildine has the official Keys to the Game.
Keep the game at our pace, then we need to play through contact, have high hands on every closeout, and one thing that Coach King noted was that we have to guard your yard. So that means keeping the ball in front of us and having pride in your assignment.
All right, Madison, thank you, and we will hand it off to our public address announcer, Sean Morgan, for the starting lineups for both Broken Arrow and PC North. Adam, this is going to be a track meet, and I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Broken Arrow coming off of a great win last week, comeback win from Santa Fe, and have had the week off. Well rested, well prepared. Broken Arrow going to come out to a great start tonight, I think.
We'll hand it off now to Sean Morgan.
Varsity boys basketball game between the Putnam City North Panthers and your Broken Arrow Tigers. Now for the starting lineup for the Putnam City North Panthers, coached by DJ Jimenez. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 3, Keaton Murray. At guard, a 6'2" junior, number 4, McCra Thomas. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 14, Malachi Schultz. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 22, Nate Marathi. And at wing, a 6'3" senior, number 24, TJ McNeely. Tiger fans, get up, get loud, and make some noise for your boys. Tigers starting lineup. At guard, a 6'2" junior, number 2, Oliver Wallace. At guard, a 6'6" senior, number 4, Corbett Dow. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 5, Cole Lemons. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 22, Aiden Clark. And at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 32, Troy Bell. The Tigers are led by head coach Bo Wallace.
Welcome back here as the Tigers get ready to go. It's Broken Arrow and PC North. Tigers, one of the last 4 undefeated teams left in 6A, and they're looking to keep that streak alive here tonight. Looking to go 6-0 against one of the toughest teams in the state. PC North 8-1. Their only loss on the season came against Chaminade College Prep out of St. Louis. That's the same program that produced Jason Tatum at the Norm Stewart Classic. It was a 71-67 final. And this team is a veteran, experienced team that will force turnovers, play up-tempo. Broken Arrow has to be on their P's and Q's, take care of the basketball, make smart plays, and that'll be the key to win.
Yeah, watch for Broken Arrow to want to take the first shot and strike first, strike second and third. See if they can get some momentum moving right from the jump.
Jump ball won by Marithi. And bringing the ball up the floor is number 24, TJ McNeely. Quickly, the Tigers pressuring on the catch. Marithi at the top. Starting lineup, Marithi, McNeely. The three-point shot is up and good for Makai Thomas. He wears number 4. Number 3 is Keaton Murray. And number 14 is Malachi Schultz. Clark with a DHO to Wallace. Now swung over to Corbin Dow. Dow, the team's leading scorer. Outside Clark, putting the ball on the deck. Floater, good off the window.
Yeah, good aggressive move by Clark. And again, first possession from Broken Arrow, being patient to get a really good look.
Clark averaging 12.2 points a game.
Watch to see Broken Arrow get their hands up on any three-pointer. The first...
A moving screen called against TJ McNeely. Ball going BA's way.
Yeah, I think if Thomas would have gotten that shot off, it would have been another ball screen that would have been uncontested. One of the things that Coach Wallace talking to Broken Arrow before starting this game is getting a hand up on those three-point shots.
North not bringing that full court pressure that you saw from Edmond Santa Fe. It's not quite as hectic or havoc wreaking, but they will have their hands active. They will pressure and make life difficult on the offensive end. Dow kicking it to Wallace. He lines up a three, cashing it out.
Yeah, Wallace off the ball can be a dangerous threat with Broken Arrow. And again, really good movement throughout that possession. Broken Arrow getting a nice, clean shot at the basket.
Ball gets away from North, but they're able to scoop it up just in time. Ball poked away, and a foul as Wallace was breaking free. He was held back by Malachi Schultz. That's one of those that now in the NBA would be called a clear path foul.
Absolutely.
And would result in a shot and the basketball.
Yeah, really good possession there and good back-to-back possessions from Oliver Wallace, both at the offensive and defensive end here.
Bell driving and drawing enough contact to get a whistle.
A good court vision by Bell. Sees that opening in the lane and taking it, and again, getting to the basket. And here's our first chance at free throws from either team.
I'll actually say it was on the floor.
All right.
5-3 scoreline, Broken Arrow in front. Mentioned that PC North's only loss came in a national tournament, the Norm Stewart Classic, but they do have a common opponent. Coy Lemons lines up a three, and he got it to go. Hot start for BA.
Yeah, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Quick trigger from Coy Lemons once again.
That common opponent was Broken Arrow's last one, Edmond Santa Fe. PC North was able to beat the Wolves 71-69, a 2-point ball game. Broken Arrow, of course, got the win 67-60. You can imagine these two teams pretty evenly matched. Thomas tries another three-pointer, rattles out. Wallace not there for the rebound, and a foul as he tried to poke it away from Schultz.
Yeah, key to the game from Coach Wallace to the Broken Arrow boys. Getting that box out. You can see a little bit of coaching happening from the sideline. We missed a box out from Broken Arrow. Now going to result in some free throws for PC North.
This is Malachi Schultz at the free throw line. It's the first one to drop. Again, free throws brought to you by First National Bank. First National Bank, your hometown bank and proud district partner, supporting our students, teachers, and BAPS Foundation every step of the way. First people, put people first. Bell lost his footing. Looked like he had a decision made and then decided not to let it go and ends up with a turnover.
Yeah, up until that possession, it felt like Broken Arrow had a good pulse on this game. Very disciplined at the defensive end, getting their shot, getting up early. Now they're going to have to make another defensive stand to keep the momentum on their side.
Schultz with the ball. Kicking it off to Thomas. He wants another three-pointer. Offline. Marithi, the offensive board, going up too strong. Dow gets the rebound. Outlet pass to Clark. Clark lining up a triple. Bang!
Yeah, quick trigger, no doubter from Clark on that transition basket. Broken Arrow gets away with one by giving up the offensive rebound. Doesn't hurt him this time.
11-5 start for the Tigers. Schultz driving baseline. Able to get all the way to the rim. Marithi comes soaring in. And a jump ball now. Broken Arrow basketball.
Keep your eyes on Mekhi Thomas. He's got a real low release point for PC North, and he's got a couple three-point shots. I know the ball's going back to Broken Arrow. Be interested to see if, again, getting that hand in the face like Coach Ball is talking to the boys, if they could start to get that contested three, I think you're going to start to see some blocks.
Nice dump off to Dow. Pump fake. Layup no good. Offensive rebound. Bell. Clark driving. Kicking. Now Dow. Elbow jumper. Rolls around. No good.
Yeah, tough shot by Dow. Almost got away with a travel. Still got the ball up from the elbow.
McNeely pump fakes. Drives. Pass deflected by Lemons. Good active hands defensively.
Yeah, we've seen that in the last few games. Lemons is sneaky down there. He'll get his hands active and disrupt a lot of drives into the lane.
Ball to be inbounded by Davion Gillespie. I don't see a lot of active movement inside the arc from the PC North offense. It's a lot of perimeter movement.
A lot of standing around.
Gillespie trying to go to work on Wallace. 5 seconds closely guarded and a turnover forced.
Yeah, PC North just out of their rhythm on the offensive end right now. Really, really good discipline by Broken Arrow, staying with their man. Another key from the Broken Arrow coaching staff before we start this game.
2:50 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers up by 6. Clark inside to Bell. Bell putting the shoulder into the opponent. Nice post moves and a foul drawn.
Yeah, really good footwork. He actually made a great back cut. Patient pass, I believe, from Dow. Then a really good move from Bell to draw the foul and an opportunity to get some free throws.
Troy Bell's a musician, plays the piano, and right there you can see some of that rhythm.
Absolutely. I can relate.
Free throw no good.
Now, I'm not saying I have that kind of post move. But maybe if I worked on it, I can get it to be as good or half as good as Bell that time.
I think you might need a little bit more size, too.
I got to get in the weight room, Dylan.
I didn't mean that way. I meant vertically. Need to see a doctor, have him stretch you out. Murray drives inside. Shot rejected. Aiden Clark rising up and meeting him at the apex. And just stepping out of bounds, Oliver Wallace, it's a turnover.
Yeah, Wallace a little overzealous. You feel like he was going to go up with that shot. But really good patience by Clark to swat that easy basket away.
Murray's a 4-star guard in the sophomore class, and Clark had no problem swatting the little man. And this time a foul for Clark.
Foul called on Tigers number 22, Ethan Clark. First personal foul, second team foul. Number 2, Devin Gillespie. Line shooting 2.
Free throw no good. Actually, it is good for Gillespie, excuse me.
Yeah, even with these free throws, feels like PC North probably hasn't gotten to the rhythm that they probably planned on against Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow will be able to play their game thus far, and that's why you see the difference, up 6.
Bell gets it off to Lemons. And now Dow. Going down low, Bell again. Trying to fire a cross-court pass to Corbin Dow, took a deflection.
Yeah, at some level, that was probably a break for that ball going out of bounds. That's a tough angle from the baseline, and then trying to get that cross-court pass to Dow. Broken Arrow have a chance to reset now out of bounds.
Dow, a non-factor so far on the scoreboard, averaging 18.4 points a game for Broken Arrow.
You know, Dylan, we saw that last week against Santa Fe. Only had 5 or 6 in the first half, and then the third quarter came out, and that point total went right up.
Bell again trying to fight down low, and a foul on PC North.
Yeah, I really like this strategy from Broken Arrow, getting it down to Bell, making PC North guard them, and their 5th foul, I believe, in this game.
Foul called on Panthers number 1, Miles.
Goes against Miles Jackson. And you're right, that is the 5th team foul.
Troy Bell to the line, shooting 2.
Physically, and I'm not talking height-wise, the only Panther that really matches up really well with Troy Bell is Marithi, and he's on the bench with a couple of fouls already.
And we talked about this. Free throws and foul shots and fouls are going to be a difference in this ball game. So far, Broken Arrow hasn't been able to connect to take advantage of those opportunities, but look to see Broken Arrow continue to go to that well.
PC North will bring CJ Heskett out onto the floor. Bell's free throw's good. Josiah Wilson will sub in for Troy Bell.
And Josiah Wilson had some valuable minutes against Santa Fe as well, especially at the defensive end. Gives Broken Arrow another little sense of length. Now look to see Broken Arrow pressure here at the end of this first quarter.
Skip brings it across the timeline. Drives right into the faces of Dow and Clark, and both of them lined up for a charge. Didn't contest the shot in time. Dow drives inside, short jumper, good.
Yeah, good aggressive, quick lane for the 2. Dow's first points of the night.
Pressure from Wilson. A double team out on the perimeter, and a foul goes against Josiah Wilson.
And Broken Arrow's going to have to be careful. If they get too aggressive and too handsy, especially on the perimeter, that's going to get called every time.
Number 3, Matthias.
55 seconds on the first quarter clock. Oliver Wallace subbed out. Matthias Sutton is in the game. DJ Lemons, the head coach for PC North, barking out the signals. And the ball stays with PC North.
Yeah, CG Heskett, he's a quick trigger. He's not afraid to shoot the ball. Ball gets in his hand, it's going up. As you said to me before pregame, look for him. He likes to shoot.
Speaking of a player that likes to shoot, Thomas tries another one from outside, and he can't buy it.
Well contested that time by Broken Arrow.
Dow into the lane, and with that much speed, it's dangerous. Dow draws the whistle and goes to the free throw line.
And maybe that foul is called because of how aggressive Dow was to the basket. I'm not sure how much of a foul that really was, but with how aggressive Dow was going to the basket, that contact is just magnified.
You see Dow picking up speed, coming downhill. You almost got to worry that you're going to get dunked on.
Absolutely. We've seen it. We've seen it every single home game. Multiple times. We got to start getting our dry erase boards out and start writing out numbers.
That's right. 17-8 now. Dow shooting 73.3% from the free throw line so far this season. Wide open lane and a lefty layup good for Gillespie.
Yeah, Coach Wallace is not going to like that one. We watched the tape later. You probably hear about that one in the huddle. That was just an easy layup for PC North.
Lemons kicks to the corner. Dow driving baseline. Back out to Sutton. Ball on the floor. And Gillespie able to find Murray. 1 second remaining. Lining it up and leaving it short. Tigers in front 17-10 after 1 quarter of play. Great job on both ends of the floor. Still some things that Coach Wallace certainly will have to say here.
Yeah, not a great ending to that first quarter, and Broken Arrow easily could only be up 4 right now if that shot would have gone down. So Broken Arrow, once they got out of their sorts a little bit, they started rushing, they started making bad passes those last 2 possessions. If they continue to play the way they played for most of the first quarter, dictating that pace, not letting PC North get into their offense, you're going to see that continue to magnify and get stronger throughout the game. But, so all things considered, up 7, in control, you'll take it, you keep going.
We'll take a quick break, come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard.
Back inside the Tiger Fieldhouse, it's a 17-10 score line. On the floor for Broken Arrow, Oliver Wallace, Josiah Wilson, Matthias Sutton, Corbin Dow, and Troy Bell.
And as expected for PC North, Marithi back in the ballgame.
Only had 1 foul when he left the game earlier on. And now Marithi immediately making an impact, offensive rebound, and can't get the follow-up.
Yeah, 3 Tigers around Marithi, and he still manages to get the rebound and get a second shot.
Ball poked away from Murray. Dow doing a great job defensively, and a turnover forced.
Yeah, good job from Broken Arrow making Murray go to his right. Not nearly as comfortable as going to his left.
2 really talented sophomores going head-to-head right there. Matthias Sutton facing Murray. Wilson drives inside. He's fouled on the way up.
Yeah, good. Again, really good decision by Josiah there. Not always a score-first kind of mentality on the offensive side of the ball, but could have resulted in some free throws.
Well, it's evident in this stat. This is his first free throw attempt on the season.
It's a great time for one.
And he's 1 for 1.
Gonna bring up that team percentage a little bit.
Shooting 100% from the free throw line.
It's a little bragging rights in the locker room, right?
Goes 1 for 2 from the line, 18-10. Quickly, PC North trying to find
hands
something.
By Bell.
Bell, great job defensively. Tigers slow it down now. Wallace. Cross court. Dow for 3. Got it!
Yeah, PC North's going to want that one back. You can't let Dow get his feet set and wait for the ball to get there. He's going to drain that more times than not.
Gillespie tried to split defenders, lost the basketball.
That's back-to-back turnovers that Broken Arrow is forced now, looking to capitalize and extend this lead even more.
And again, Broken Arrow slowing it down. Dow held up in the corner. Dump off to Wilson, and he just missed the dunk. Bell kicks it outside. And again, slowing it down, a timeout for Broken Arrow. Boy, if Wilson had put that down, that would have been the highlight reel of the season.
It's a couple great back cut that Broken Arrow have had, and great pass that time. Not able to finish, of course, but then great timeout by Wallace. Get a chance to draw something up and make a positive offensive possession. Off of 2 turnovers forced by PC North.
Give a couple of quick shout-outs to our One Club sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Quick Trip, proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. And the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. They're celebrating 33 years of providing teacher grants. Visit bapsfoundation.org for more info. And I was telling Coach Tiff Jones in the girls' game, we were able to go alongside the foundation to hand out those teacher grants this past week. And boy, it's so much fun seeing the teachers' faces light up when the grants that they've applied for and trying to do things to better the education of their students when it's granted and they're able to do something really cool and get some new activities or whatever it may be for their class.
It's amazing, and it all helps students, and that's what we're all here for.
Of course. 21-10, 6:19 to go in this second quarter. Sutton pressured by Schultz. Ball inside to Bell. Tried to take one pounding dribble, and Schultz caught him at the top of it.
Yeah, good call on that one, Dylan. My first thought was don't quit the ball on the floor. Maybe if he does, he gets to the basket a little faster. Would have been a tough angle to turn around and get a shot.
Straight into Bell, spinning into another defender, and again a jump ball. This one will go PC North's way.
And that's PC North's way of playing defense. They're very handsy, they're very physical. They're going to force those kinds of turnovers.
I love this. Coach Mike Humphrey, who retired in the offseason, comes to these games. He sits up in the top corner, and I saw him coaching Troy Bell from the top of the stands.
Once a coach, always a coach. Right?
That's right. Coach Humphrey spent decades here on this Tigers staff and a mainstay. And, of course, he's not going to miss any of Tiger basketball this season. Wallace bringing it up with Schultz pressuring. Wallace wanted the ball right back, and Schultz read it.
Now it's kind of like one of those where you see the quarterback's eyes only looking at one receiver. You know where the ball's going. Couple breaks here. That's been a couple turnovers that could have been gone PC North's way, but it's been staying for Broken Arrow. Let's see if Broken Arrow could start to get back into their offensive rhythm like we saw earlier in the first quarter.
Wallace wants another three, shoots it way too long. Rebound with Heskett. North the other way. Murray lining it up, leaving it short. Ball goes off of Troy Bell, and it'll be PC North basketball. First minutes now for Will Sutton. He takes out his twin brother, Matthias.
It'll be interesting to see with PC North. Now they're down 11. We're getting a little closer to halftime. See if they'll have a quick trigger from the three-point, because if they can get hot, they can go on that 10 or 12-0 run very quickly.
Heskett sidesteps, air balls. Seen a real break in scoring here for both sides. Dow drives in, tries to break the seal. And another jump ball. It'll be Broken Arrows basketball.
Very athletic play by Dow to get to the basket and then follow his own shot, and the ball stays in Broken Arrow's lane.
It was a tough angle for him to get that shot off. He was kind of leaned back trying to flick it toward the rim and unable to get it to go. Bell subbed off the floor. Coy Lemons back into the game. Dow going to work in the post. Rising up over the top of Murray and laying it in.
Some old school basketball there, Dylan. I love it. In the low post, one-on-one.
Schultz driving, foul called. They're on the floor against Oliver Wallace.
Broken Arrow's done a pretty good job so far being able to defend aggressively without having to foul. believe that's only their 4th foul of the entire half.
Schultz with the ball. Heskett in the corner. Quick trigger. Got it.
Number 32, C.J. Heskett for 3.
And now Heskett fouls Dow as he was trying to turn the corner there.
I don't think PC North really wanted that matchup anyways. You know, Dow's got 6 or 7 inches on height against Heskett, and of course, you can almost kind of see that blocking foul coming. He was not going to give him an open lane. And you can see that they want to switch out already.
3:53 left in the second quarter. Corbin Dow has an offer from Northwest Missouri State. And if you are familiar with the D2 scene, Ben McCollum, who's now the head coach at Iowa, had won multiple national championships there at the D2 level. A winning program, and Dow could be headed there.
I also believe the head coach from Incarnate Word is here tonight.
Correct. Lemons drives in, but he's rejected by Murray. Heskett fakes the three-pointer, and as he's driving by Clark, a foul.
Nearly a travel by Heskett. Perhaps one of those fouls, not a bad foul, may have just negated 2 points off the board. A couple fouls to give for the Tigers.
Not a lot of movement on this inbounds play for North, but they're able to get it into Heskett.
You can see PC North get Marithi involved. He doesn't even have a point in this game so far.
Ball stripped away from McNeely. Good hands from Will Sutton. Ball fired off to Oliver Wallace. He drives inside. Quick floater. No good. Outlet pass. Murray driving into Sutton and able to finish with the left hand. Schultz pressured. Pressuring, and Wallace has it stripped away. McNeely defended by Clark. Got it to go, and a couple of quick buckets for PC North.
I was half expecting to see Wallace do a timeout there and reset. See if Broken Arrow can gain their composure, get back to their pace, take care of the basketball.
Number 4, Corbin Dow, and number 3,
Dow and Matthias Sutton sub in. They take the place of the two guards, Oliver Wallace and Will Sutton.
All of a sudden you look up, that Broken Arrow lead now cut to 6.
Clark pressured by McNeely, doubled in the corner, bad place to pick it up.
And nearly a travel as well by McNeely on the pass. It's the first time in the game you feel like PC North has something going in their favor. And it's kind of centered around Murray thus far.
He drives in, flicks it over the top of Aiden Clark, and he's fouled.
Foul calls on Tigers number 22, Aiden Clark, 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul. Number 3, Keith Murray, from the line, shooting 2.
Free throw no good for Murray. Mentioned earlier, a 4-star sophomore shooting guard. He has offers already from Missouri and TCU. Listed on 247 Sports as the number 60 player in his class, the number 11 shooting guard. Second free throw drops.
You look to see Broken Arrow get a couple great productive offensive possessions here before the half. PC North's going to continue to amp up.
A travel as Matthias Sutton had a lot of room and chose to drive instead of shoot. And another turnover for Broken Arrow.
This is kind of what PC North does. They're going to get on a run here and start to put back-to-back offensive possessions together, and just before you can even blink, things get close.
Murray goes right by Wilson and gets his own putback. Really impressive play there from Murray.
The Broken Arrow a little stagnant at the defensive end, giving up those second chance opportunities. A lot of dribbling here. Good to see them make the quick pass.
Sutton was pressured by Schultz. Didn't have a lot of help in the backcourt. Tigers up by just 3 now. Marithi guarding Corbin Dow. Off to the corner, Matthias Sutton, and a foul.
Yeah, the athleticism of Marithi being able to get off that ball screen and get right in front of Dow. That's the kind of defensive pressure they missed when he was on the bench.
Number 2, Davion Gillespie. And number 4, McCra and Thomas checking in for the Panthers.
Gillespie and Thomas check in. 1:07 on the second quarter clock. Dow, corner 3, fouled and nearly got it. But he goes to the free throw line for 3 shots.
Felt like that was a little bit of a pause as far as how he went up for that shot and that release, almost like he was trying to draw that foul.
Now from beyond the arc is shooting just 22.2%. It's been a cold start to this season from outside. First free throw drops for him.
It's a lot of coaching from Broken Arrow during these free throws. Look to see them bring the pressure up and try to make some defensive stops leading into halftime. See if they can get a 2 for 1 here.
Third free throw misses, 2 for 3 from the line. Heskett, quick 3, no good. Marithi brings the house down on the putback.
That's an emphatic way to get on the scoreboard for first 2 points.
Foul away from the play. And it goes against Troy Bell. Didn't see what happened, but Schultz hit the deck.
Yeah, just before Dow had the chance to put the Tigers up 6, and now you have 45 seconds left. PC North now within a 3-point shot of tying this ball game. Tell you what, I bet Heskett's going to want to have that quick trigger to put 25 points on the board.
Schultz with the ball up top. Tigers in a zone. And now a timeout called by PC North. The coaching staff looks a little annoyed with how that play transpired.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell if they were just trying to play for the last shot or if they were trying to run an offense. Obviously, a timeout for them to be able to set something for their last possession. Also gives Broken Arrow a chance to be able to defend this last shot and maybe get them to force a shot to get another chance at a basket before halftime.
Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Shields, a proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love with the experts to help you choose. We'll have you feeling and performing your best right here at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall.
You been to Shields, Dylan?
I've been plenty of times.
That place is awesome.
It's one of those places that you're almost just amazed when you walk in, because no matter what you need, it's probably there.
I look forward to going to Shields like I'd be going to Disney World. You could drop me off there for a few hours. I'm going to be happy.
29 seconds to go. Broken Arrow up by 3. Tigers defense is spread out. Troy Bell is in the middle of the floor.
PC North definitely playing for the last shot here.
Get it off to Thomas. Schultz stepping back. Less than 10 to go. Thomas in the corner now. Three-point try. Got it. Couple of seconds left. Dow's going to have to throw up a long prayer, and he won't even get it off. Tie ball game going into the break, and certainly some frustration from the coaching staff. Coach Wallace joins Madison Dildine now on the floor.
Coach, what needs to happen in the second half to kind of pull away?
A lot. I mean, it's two good teams, high-level basketball. They made adjustments. We made some. We've got to get some stops down here on the defensive end. Too many straight-line drives kind of late in that second quarter, but something we got to go fix.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Wallace. And we have seen a lot of attempts that have either been contested late or left open completely for PC North, and those are points that have really added up now.
Yeah, that last shot, that's a tough shot. I mean, you tip your cap. It was well contested by Josiah in the corner. You know, those things are going to happen against a good basketball team. What I definitely could see Coach Wallace talking about the defensive end. It felt like Broken Arrow lost a little bit of their defensive firepower as you got a little bit closer to the second quarter. However, one thing I'm going to be very interested in seeing is the Broken Arrow's quarter is the third quarter. They've been doing it every single game. See if they make some great adjustments and then come out of halftime and see if they can get on a run.
Be fun to watch for sure. Tie ball game, so it's a whole new ball game as you have 2 quarters to find a winner. Of course, Broken Arrow 5-0, PC North 8-1. It's a heavyweight bout. Our halftime show is brought to you by St. Francis, and we have something new, a halftime show brought to you by a couple of our ArrowVision students. So shout out to Yuritsa Valerio and Gentry Weston as they bring you the St. Francis halftime show.
The St. Francis Halftime Show. We'll bring you a couple of the latest ArrowVision projects at halftime for the live stream through the season. Our first video tonight is fully produced by ArrowVision students and takes you to New Life Ranch for an inside look at the Student Leadership Retreat.
Leadership Retreat is a weekend of fun experiences and good leadership morals that are taught to those who go. You stay in your cabins with your friends, have a good time, meet new people, and learn new things.
Leadership Retreat is a weekend where students can come and we do activities and meet new people and spend the night in New Life Ranch.
I think my favorite activity was the serenade. I had a lot of fun doing it though with my friends. It was fun. And I feel like even though the girls didn't really like the songs, I feel like they still had a little bit of fun at the end whenever Cade started soloing on the guitar.
I wanted to go to Leadership Retreat because it was an opportunity to grow as a person and to build connections with other people.
Well, I decided to go this year because I've never been before and I heard that it's really fun and I wanted to meet new people and get out of my comfort zone. My favorite part about the Leadership Retreat was getting to spend time with friends and definitely meeting new people.
I learned a lot of different things. One of them being that you can always find new experiences when you meet new people, and that it's important to get out of your comfort zone in order to do that.
You know, Leadership Retreat it's one of those things that it doesn't just stay at Leadership Retreat, it always translates out.
I learned that you never know what people are going through, and I'll apply it to my everyday life.
The most uncomfortable part of retreat was probably getting vulnerable, and I learned that it's okay to open up because it can change your perspective.
If I had to convince somebody to go to this leadership retreat in one sentence, I would say, if you're ready to experience something new and get out of your comfort zone, this is for you.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Welcome back to the St. Francis Halftime Show. Our next feature takes us back 5 decades to the year 1975.
This fall, the Tiger program celebrated their 50th year as a program with both current and former members.
Over the span of 50 years, a team has become a family. A family that has brought life to the sidelines, energy to the dance floor, and fulfillment to the lives of hundreds of BA students. In 1975, a group of high school students formed a drill team known as the Tigettes. 5 decades later, their legacy lives on.
I think that the tradition is the biggest part of it, is letting them know that this isn't just something that happened overnight, that it has taken 50 years to establish where we are today. And I knew coming into BA last year that I was taking on an incredible program, but I think it just really solidified everything for me on how incredible everyone has been for the past 50 years and the legacy that was set forth for me to take over and now be a part of. So it's just an incredible feeling. We were able to get with a bunch of past alumni, including the original founders of the program, which is really cool. And we planned a alumni dinner last night. We also had our alumni in the parade. And then tonight we'll have about 45 alumni taking part in the game, and then a few more that will be just in the stands reliving their high school glory days. Kristen Chenoweth is one of our alumni from the mid-'80s, and her show opened on Broadway last night, The Queen of Versailles, so she was not able to attend any of our events, but she wanted to be a part of it, so she sent us a video message that she actually recorded when she was here in Broken Arrow this summer for her Broadway boot camp.
I hope you're having as much fun as I did when I was a part of it. Being a member of Tigettes really was such a great thing for me to be a part of such a team.
She often talks about her time as a Tigette and what it meant to her, and so she shared that with the girls and with the alumni, and it was just really incredible to hear from her and know that this program has had an impact on her and still does. I think the girls have really enjoyed seeing the old pictures, seeing the old uniforms, and then tonight getting to meet some of the former Tigettes and put it all together. You know, once a Tigette, always a Tigette.
Hey Tigers! Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Thanks for tuning in live on ArrowVision to Broken Arrow Basketball and our St. Francis Halftime Show.
Let's get back out to the broadcast crew in the Tiger Fieldhouse for the second half.
Thank you, Yuritsa, and thank you, Gentry, and thank you, St. Francis, for sponsoring our halftime show. Dylan Rivera here with Adam Winkin, and Madison Dildine is on our sidelines. Coach, I'm used to saying coach. You are a coach. It's not wrong. You're a coach just of drumline instead of basketball. But the first half, we talked about it there in the break, is a tale of two quarters, really, because Broken Arrow was able to get out to a 17-10 start. Felt like they were running away with it. It was going to be Broken Arrow's ball game. Second quarter, you saw PC North start to take over, and Broken Arrow only able to score 8 points. PC North scores 15, now even scoreline at 25.
Yeah, you felt like in the first quarter that Broken Arrow was able to dictate the pace, play their game, get to the foul line, and really get a lot of things done on the defensive end as well. It felt like in the second quarter, especially as we got closer to halftime, Broken Arrow started maybe letting up a little bit on the defensive end. They started making more turnovers. The pressure came from PC North, and you knew that was going to happen. PC North is a very experienced team. They're poised. They are not going to let themselves get frustrated. They're going to stay in this game if you give them that daylight.
Absolutely, and that's evident with how that second quarter went. But as you said, third quarters have been the marquee quarter for Broken Arrow so far this season. We'll see if they can continue that momentum here tonight against PC North as they take the floor for the very same quarter. Right now, Corbin Dow is leading the Tigers with 11 points. He's been averaging 21 over the last 3 games. Starting group back out there for Broken Arrow.
I'd like to see Broken Arrow get Aiden Clark a little bit more on the offensive fold. Previously, we've seen Aiden really get involved in those second chance baskets, putbacks. He just always seems to be in that area. And honestly, a lot of times bringing the ball up. A lot of great offensive possessions have rallied around Aiden. I'd like to see Broken Arrow get him a little more involved in the offensive side of the ball this second half.
Ball inside with McNeely. Clark's there defensively, and he got the bucket. Coach Lemons wanted a whistle.
Yeah. Got away with one a little bit. That's one of those 50-50 calls you're going to see on both ends.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is PC North's first lead since they got the first bucket of the ball game.
I think you're right, Dylan.
Ball swung around the perimeter. This is Dow. Wallace lines up a three-pointer. No good.
And we missed Corbin Dow on that offensive possession. Had a mismatch with 14. Wasn't able to get him the ball. Not a bad shot by Wallace. See if Broken Arrow can start to expose some of those defensive mismatches.
Schultz will try a three. No good. Rebound Dow. Quick pace the other way. Down low, Bell. Now Bell going to work in the post. Laying it up, no good. Got his own rebound. Up again, too strong. And an empty possession for Broken Arrow right underneath the rim.
Yeah, unfortunate. You're going to have to finish at the rim if you get 2 good looks against a team like PC North. Especially in a tight ball game.
Patience offensively now here from PC North.
Yeah, PC North starting this third quarter a lot like Broken Arrow started the first quarter.
Marethi strong up to the basket, gets the bucket plus the bump.
Yeah, it's pretty good up and under play by Marethi to get to the basket. Broken Arrow going to have to be a little more disciplined with their hands not to commit those fouls. Because as we talked about before, the free throw game is going to make a difference here in the second half.
Second foul of the ball game for Bell. Marethi converts the free throw. And a 5-0 run here for PC North to start the ball game here in the second half.
It's been a 10-2 run if you go back to the second quarter. PC North's had full control of the last 5 or 6 minutes of gameplay. Let's see how Broken Arrow can try to break this.
Well, swung down to the baseline for Dow, and his jumper left short. Coach Wallace wanted a foul. Murray driving, kicking to Schultz into the lane, layup good.
I was half expecting another timeout from Broken Arrow. That's a 12-2 run. It was 23-20.
Not only that, but it was 17-10 after the end of the first quarter. Foul away from the play. It's on Schultz. So doing the quick math, Broken Arrow's been outscored 22-8 in the last quarter plus. Long inbound pass to Wallace. Dow trying to get position low, and he is drilled by McNeely.
Yeah, not only on the contact, but then Dow hits the floor hard.
He's holding his elbow, left elbow. We'll see if he's able to carry on. Grimacing in pain.
Probably one of those stingers, a little uncomfortable, get the blood moving, be able to recover. Yeah, so PC North with the defensive pressure and obviously bringing up physicality to the second half. Broken Arrow's going to have to remain tough and poised to be able to stay in this ball game.
A bad pass from Lemons results in a turnover.
A little surprised again that with no timeout here. I know that we're not that far into this third quarter, but perhaps a little reset from Broken Arrow could do some good here. PC North just having their way at both ends of the floor.
Thomas, tough fader, got it. And there's the timeout. 7-0 run. Actually, excuse me, it's a 9-0 run now after that shot for PC North to start this second half. Tigers trail by 9. We'll step aside, come right back here live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back here live on ArrowVision. 33-25 scoreline. It's been all PC North for the last quarter and a half, as it was 17-10 to close the first quarter. And Broken Arrow's only been able to manage 8 points since then.
Now, you know, Dylan, PC North's a good basketball team. They're going to get their shots, but Broken Arrow can't let the physicality of the game or a number of minutes of not scoring take them out. If Broken Arrow can get back to how they played the first quarter, you're going to start to see better possessive offensive possessions, I should say, by Broken Arrow, getting to the foul line, getting baskets, trying to get easier looks closer to the basket.
Well, for Coach Wallace's thoughts, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Madison Dildine.
He basically said exactly what Adam just said. He said we have to push strong and make passes. You have to toughen up here and make a play.
Well, that's an easy way to get things going. Dow gets a layup right in front of the rim, able to finish for 2.
Yeah, that athleticism of both Dow and Clark could play well into Broken Arrow's favor if they continue to be aggressive to get to the basket.
Broken Arrow goes with a zone defense here. Layup good for Gillespie.
That was a good switch by Clark to get his hands up, not commit the foul. It's just a good offensive possession by PC North. You tip your cap and get back to work.
Dow driving, going for the layup. He's fouled.
Yeah, excellent choice by Dow, being aggressive. And again, more of what we're talking about from the first quarter, going to the basket, getting aggressive, and getting to the foul line.
Foul shots are again brought to you by First National Bank. Timeouts, which we just had from Coach Wallace, brought to you by TTCU. You can show your school pride with the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU has donated more than $360,000 so far. Stop by your favorite BA branch and support the Tigers today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit.
No surprise here. Broken Arrow giving the ball to Dow. Really, this entire engine of this Broken Arrow offense. As Dow goes, usually Broken Arrow goes.
Dow up to 14. Travel on PC North.
Yeah, this is exactly what Broken Arrow was doing in the first half. Forcing turnovers, getting to the basket, being patient, and being aggressive.
Dow up top. Thomas called for a foul. He's awful handsy, but that's not normally a call you see.
Yeah. That might be one of those to make up for the 3 or 4 times he's already been doing that previously. Just so happens that one gets the whistle.
Wallace will bring it up from the backcourt. Dow driving, kicking to Wallace.
Yeah, great decision by Wallace just to pick it back up, give it back to Dow. Step back.
And Dow wants a three-pointer. It's off the mark, but the offensive board with Clark. Size mismatch down low, trying to find some room to get the shot up. Too strong. Rebound Marithi.
Yeah.
And an offensive foul as Marithi sends Clark to the floor.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a second possession. Broken Arrows missed some easy layups, but Clark in the right position, like we were talking before, always seems to be in the right place at the right time to make a play for his team. The ball stays on this side of the floor.
Broken Arrow took 4 charges against Edmonds Santa Fe last week. And another one taken there. Down low, they go right back to Clark. And on the block, he misfires. Left-hand layup, no good either.
I do like the look. I do like getting the ball down to Clark. Just going to have to finish at the rim. That's 3 offensive possessions for Broken Arrow. It hasn't been able to convert it into points.
Schultz brings it back out. Nearly a turnover as he gets it to Murray.
PC North getting a little careless with the basketball.
Murray will try a corner 3, and it's good. Lemons calls off the Dogs, backing the defense up. Wallace to Dow, three-pointer, good!
Dow getting that shot in rhythm. You could almost sense that was going to go in as soon as it left his hands. Broken Arrow able to negate that three-pointer from PC North on the previous possession.
Still a 7-point deficit. Thomas goes baseline. Lemon's got a hand on it, but a foul.
That was a great double team by Wallace to come down and get his hands up, and unfortunately, Lemon's getting his hands down and making contact. I think if you just keep your hands up, he's not getting that basket.
Number 4, McCra Thomas to line shoot 2.
Our halftime show this evening is brought to you by St. Francis. St. Francis Health System and Warren Clinic are here for your family with convenient primary care options across the region. As your home team for healthcare, visit stfrancis.com to find a provider and location near you. 1:40 to go here in the third quarter. 40-31. Clark at the top of the key. Now driving and a blocking foul on Murray.
Yeah, a little bit of, I think that could have gone either way. That's a 50-50 foul. You know, just looking at the stats right now, Dow with 17 points, the rest of the team with 14. I really think for Broken Arrow to get back in this game and take the lead, they're going to need some help from a number of Broken Arrow players, and this is going to start right here with Clark at the free throw line.
Clark's a 90% free throw shooter, and he makes the first one.
Well, the Sutton brothers in now We'll see if Broken Arrow can start to open up some opportunities from the three-point line. A little bit of a smaller lineup here going in to the end of the third quarter.
Miles Jackson will sub in for PC North. For the first time tonight, we see the Sutton brothers on the floor at the same time.
Heskett back on the floor for PC North. Watch for him to have a quick trigger from the arch.
How about Jackson from behind the arc? No good.
Yeah, PC North nearly got away with a charge there. Dow took a great charge. They didn't call it.
Clark going to work on Marithi. Great move down low, but too strong on the shot. Just rushed it as he pushed it up there.
Yeah, nearly lost it, but a great move, just too strong. Almost like he turned around and thought he'd be further away from the basket.
Yeah, it looks like PC North will hold for one final shot here in the third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of hands on the knees. I'm curious to see if Broken Arrow would force this a little bit, try to get something before the fourth quarter. So if they're going to let this play out, they'll probably go with about 10 seconds.
Coach Wallace signaled like he knew what play was coming as Heskett tries a straightaway three-pointer. It's offline. Sutton lets it bounce out of play, and only 3 seconds to go.
There's
now.
No way that's what the shot PC North wanted before the half. That was like a fadeaway 20-footer. Broken Arrow now with a chance to try to get maybe a half-court heave here before the fourth quarter.
Dow crosses over, straightaway three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. 7-point lead for PC North, 8 minutes to go. Broken Arrow gonna have to fight back, see if they can win this ball game on their home floor, live here on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is Jessica, not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Back live on ArrowVision, one final quarter to go. Broken Arrow and PC North in a dogfight. And it is live here on ArrowVision for you. Dylan Rivera with Adam Winkin, Madison Dildine on the sidelines. Broken Arrow will bring Matthias Sutton, Will Sutton, Corbin Dow, Oliver Wallace, and Aiden Clark onto the floor to start the fourth quarter.
We'll see if Broken Arrow starts to get aggressive again, going to the basket.
We go immediately inside to Clark. Clark calls for the ball right back. Again, he has to go almost out to the three line to receive it. Wallace from behind the three-point line. Bottom.
Real big shot by Wallace there. Really good way to get his feet set in rhythm and get a really good look.
I had told you all to the lead up of this season that Oliver Wallace could really shoot it from outside. I saw it in the summer, but he's only shot 18.2% so far this season. He's got 2 of them here tonight.
Well, Dylan, it's got to come from
an offensive foul, absolutely. A moving screen on Miles Jackson.
It's got to come from more players for Broken Arrow than just Dow. Wherever it's going to come from, the Sutton brothers, from Wallace, from Clark, wherever it's going to come from, those are the kind of shots Broken Arrow is going to have to make. And players are going to have to step up for Broken Arrow to get back to the lead.
40-36 now. Good screen from Dow. And now going into Clark. They like something down low. Clark's post hook is left on the front rim.
Look to see the next time they go to Clark to see if that opens up a lane for one of the Sutton brothers to get a three-point shot.
Good trap from the Tigers, but Schultz gets the ball. Now Heskett inside, goes right into the chest of Dow, and a blocking foul.
I don't know about that one. A pretty late call, too. You know, we've seen that before. You know, Broken Arrow is really good at taking charges. They're not always going to go your way.
Mentioned it that they had 4 against Edmond Santa Fe 1 week ago, and now here tonight, already having 1 from Clark, trying to set up for a second there.
I do like seeing Broken Arrow run their offense through Aiden Clark, and it's going to be able to draw a double team and try to get the ball out to an open shooter. I think that's why you see the Sutton brothers on the floor right now. Let's see what Broken Arrow does to respond.
Matthias Sutton brings it up the floor. Pass nearly stolen away by Schultz, but it will stay with Broken Arrow.
Yeah, PC North has good court vision on the defensive end. That's twice now they've poked away one of those passes from the point guard. Broken Arrow able to get out of it without a turnover.
Now the dribble handoff to Will Sutton. He's doubled. Now Dow's got it. Corner, Wallace off the mark. Rebound, Sutton. Lefty layup good.
One of the smallest guys on the floor getting that offensive rebound and the putback, and it was almost tipped. And just like that, it's a 4-point lead now for PC North.
6 minutes to go. Murray creating some space, pulling it back out. Lemons calls a timeout.
Yeah, some good defense there by Wallace in the front court there to be able to get them a little frustrated to be able to have to burn a timeout.
PC North will take a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Welcome back live here on ArrowVision. 4-point ball game, 6 minutes to go. Tigers huddled up, trying to find an answer, and it feels like over this last stretch they've at least been able to go haymaker for haymaker with PC North, but it is a fist fight, and these two teams are really going at it.
I'd be curious to see Lemons and Bell for Broken Arrow still on the bench. While keeping this lineup for a little bit here, gives them some offensive flexibility, but it does negate some of the length that Broken Arrow has. Let's see what happens with some of the substitutions these last 6 minutes.
On the floor for BA, it's the Sutton twins, Wallace, Clark, and Dow. PC North gets it inside to McNeely, kicking it back out to Miles Jackson. Corner 3, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's a jump ball, and it's PC North's possession.
Yeah, with a smaller lineup, that's the risk you're willing to take. Those 50-50 balls and a long rebound with a smaller lineup, challenging to get those.
Ball inbounded to Heskett. Active hands from Will Sutton. PC North has no problem eating clock.
Yeah, BA might have to get the defensive pressure up to make them make a decision.
Schultz pulls it back out. And an offensive foul as Schultz goes into the chest of Corbin Dow.
Like we said before, those 50-50 charges, that negates a Heskett open 3 that he nailed before the whistle, or after the whistle.
Marithi is subbed on for Miles Jackson.
This is a big offensive possession here. PC North's going to take their time offensively all the way to the end of this game. Broken Arrow's going to have to cut into the lead and make it closer, make it a one-possession game.
Clark dribbles down into the corner and gives it off to Dow, and it goes out of play off of BA.
Yeah, Broken Arrow's done a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. They cannot afford any more turnovers in this game.
McNeely. Again, patience from this Panther offense. No rush to find a shot. Spinning, getting to the rack, and finishing through the contact.
That was a really good move by Marithi to have that patience to finish.
Coy Lemons will check in and take the place of Will Sutton.
Yeah, and unfortunately that turnover from Broken Arrow now results in 2 points by PC North. Might even result in 3, or we could be looking at a 7-point deficit.
Free throw good.
As time starts to click away, Broken Arrow, you almost kind of feel, all right, now you got to be careful not to press, but you got to make sure you're aggressive and get to the basket.
Lemons gets it at the elbow. Matthias Sutton thought about the three-pointer. Oliver Wallace gets it. Now Dow going to work. Great spin move, up and under, rejected.
I like the move by Dow, but a great defensive play by Murray. Ball stays on this end of the floor for Broken Arrow.
Matthias Sutton right at the midcourt line. Poked from behind, a foul on Schultz.
That's his 5th. Excuse me, 4th. He always seems to be involved in those kind of fouls, getting his hands involved.
They'll bring Gillespie in to take his place. 4 minutes to go.
That 3-possession game, Broken Arrow's going to have to start to move a little quicker to get some points on the board, to get the ball back, to get multiple possessions here. Yeah. Sutton, lucky to get that ball back to Wallace, drove right into the double team.
Great drive by Wallace and a beautiful finish. It's a 5-point ball game.
And Wallace wanted the foul. Got to be careful. You got to remain poised in these kinds of points in the ball game. Get back on defense and get the ball back.
Tigers bringing pressure at the top. Trying to get PC North uncomfortable. This is Keaton Murray. Lemons defending.
I think PC North likes this matchup here.
North is just going to work the basketball. And now driving inside Gillespie. A lob to Marithi.
Yeah, PC North just kind of lulled Broken Arrow to sleep there, and it gave the opportunity for Marithi to get an easy baseline look at the basket for the alley-oop.
Wallace losing possession, and a foul on Heskett as they're fighting for the loose ball.
At 2.5 minutes left here, Broken Arrow down 7. They're going to have to try to get to the basket again and draw more fouls, because the next one's going to be the 5th for PC North.
Elbow, Clark. Driving right side. Can't get it to go.
Yeah, Broken Arrow struggling to get the ball in the hoop down in the lane.
Broken Arrows averaged 65 points so far through the first 5 games. Right now, just managing 40.
Yeah, PC North not interested in going quick here. Broken Arrow's going to have to bring the defensive pressure to make them make a decision.
Pressure on, and Gillespie lost it.
That's exactly what you're going to have to do to get them uncomfortable. This is Broken Arrow's opportunity here with less than 2 minutes to get some points on the board, and maybe they'll pick up with full court pressure.
Tigers need a basket here. It is imperative. Down 7. 1 minute, 50 to go. Trying to find Bell inside. Pass picked off by Marithi.
Broken Arrow, PC North just trade turnovers.
Haskett gets the ball to Gillespie. And they're just working it around. A travel now on Gillespie. He's given the ball back to Broken Arrow twice in a row. Tigers have to convert here.
Yeah, Gillespie actually made a good play. He had an easy shot, pulled it back, and for PC North, makes the travel, goes back to Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow a little bit of a gift here. Minute and a half, 3-possession game. This one feels even more imperative than the last possession. They have to take care of the basketball and get some points.
Dow, guarded by Heskett. Off to Lemons. Three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, you felt like that was going to go in. It's a really good look.
Gillespie to McNeely. Now Murray.
Now it feels like could be a little bit of desperation here. A minute left.
And you're still 2 fouls away from the bonus. 1:04 on the clock.
As much as we talked about with, Walls made some good shots. Broken Arrow having to step up besides Dow, because Dow makes that foul. Dow has been held scoreless for quite a while. It's been sitting at 17 for a little bit. So PC North has been able to negate Dow from the last portion of this ball game.
Quick trap, trying to force the turnover first, but will foul second. Murray trying to get away from it. Now McNeely, they'll wrap him up.
Foul called on Tigers number 2, Oliver Wallace. Their personal foul.
49.8 on the clock here in the building. And it sends TJ McNeely to the free throw line.
Yes, the Sutton brothers back in together. You have your shooters on the floor to be able to get hopefully some open threes. Clark checking in the game here.
Number 22, Eden Clark checking in for the Tigers.
Clark, not to mention a 90% free throw shooter. If he's able to get to the basket, it's almost a guaranteed 2 points.
Clark shooting 28.6 from outside.
Look to see Broken Arrow get out and run after this rebound.
48-40.
So they got to go quick. You got to take care of the basketball, but you have to move.
Corner, Sutton. Pass ripped away by McNeely. And it'll be a baseline inbounds play here for the Tigers with 38 to go.
A little ill-advised pass there by Sutton. And 2 sophomores on the floor right now.
Will to Matthias and a foul on Heskett.
Well, you take that if you're Broken Arrow.
Stops the
Off
clock.
the ball fouls.
And sends Sutton to the free throw line.
Yeah. About to see Bell come back into the game. I like that move. Give you a chance to get a second chance opportunity and get an offensive rebound.
Matthias Sutton, 2 of 4 from the free throw line on the season coming into this one.
Yeah, all of a sudden, if you make this, it's a 2-possession game, Dylan, and we still got 36 seconds left. I'm curious to see if we see Broken Arrow press.
Free throw good. And a timeout for Broken Arrow. Coach Wallace wants to talk things over. 6-point deficit with 36 seconds to go.
2 really big free throws there, Dylan. Puts Broken Arrow right back in. It kind of felt like for a moment that maybe this game was getting away from them. They still have a chance. You've seen PC North make multiple possessions of turnovers. If Broken Arrow can start to get that pressure back and get some baskets and get 3 points or get 2 points without time moving at the free throw line, they can start to pull this thing away.
The other thing to take note of is if this is an NBA or a college game, you often think free throws are a given. So you go down, you foul PC North, you expect 2 points up on the board. If this is a college or NBA game, But the high school level, you might have 1 or 2 players on the team that can shoot 90% from the free throw line. Everybody else is probably hanging out around 70 or below.
Yeah, you might see, Broken Arrow come out with a full press, and if you get beat, make a quick foul and make them get more points on the board, exactly to your point, because then you can get the rebound and get back to the end of the floor.
Tigers have the Sutton twins, Wallace Dow and Troy Bell on the floor. Now they'll bring Josiah Wilson on for Matthias Sutton.
Coach Wallace likes to bring Josiah Wilson in defensive efforts like this. You see Broken Arrow getting full court pressure here out of the inbound.
Matthias Sutton with blood on his shorts. That's why he has to come out. Ball nearly poked away by Oliver Wallace. Gillespie taking it into the front court, and a foul on Dow.
A near steal there from the inbound play. And perhaps Josiah could have made a foul maybe 2 or 3 seconds before Dow. Still only 4 seconds came off the clock in that possession.
Gillespie's first free throw is missed.
I really like these substitutions by Wallace, getting Clark and Lemons back in, trying to get the best possible matchup for that next possession. Not to mention, try to play to your player's strengths.
Misses the second.
Big miss. Big miss.
Broken Arrow has to move quickly. Wallace high, cross-court pass to Dow in the corner. Clark wants a three. No good. Rebound Murray.
Look for a quick foul again.
And it'll be McNeely going to the free throw line. The Tigers needed points there.
Yeah, Clark was waiting for that. He wanted that ball almost immediately. Was able to get a quick shot. Wasn't able to get down. But again, still a 2-possession game, 18 seconds left. That's a big free throw by PC North to make it a 3-possession game.
McNeely has 6 points on the night. Second free throw's off. Rebound with Lemons.
BA's got to get a real quick shot here.
Lemons has it. Doubled. And a foul. And I'll be honest with you, Adam, I think Coy may have gotten away with the travel.
Yeah, I think he did too. See if Broken Arrow can take advantage of the call here and knock these free throws down. It's going to take a little bit of help here. It's going to take some free throws, some quick turnovers, and some 3 points.
Coy Lemons, a 75% free throw shooter, misses the first.
Number 32, Troy Bell, and number 23, Josiah.
Second free throw rattles off the rim. Dow gets the putback. And
great
another quick timeout.
Great hustle by Dow. A quick timeout by Coach Wallace.
49-44. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside, take a timeout as well. Tigers down by 5 with 8.5 seconds to go.
Too many chances of...
It's time to update your kitchen, just for you. Kitchen Tune-Up will make your kitchen look and feel transformed. Let's create a kitchen that inspires and uplifts you. Kitchen Tune-Up. Update, upgrade, uplift.
Get your taste buds ready, because we're bringing all the drip and none of the drama with our new sauced and tossed Tender Bites. They're juicy, crispy, and sauced like a boss. Bite into your new obsession. Only at Slim Chickens.
Back at the Tiger Fieldhouse, so as you were saying, Adam, too many chances of.
Yeah, I mean, Broken Arrows had their chances to be able to get points off of turnovers from PC North, whether it be quick layups at the basket, the Aiden Clark 3, missing 2 free throws by PC North, just then, a costly turnover by Broken Arrow. They've had their chances. It's slim right now, but it's certainly still possible. Let's see what happens here. They nearly got a steal in the last inbounds from this exact same spot. Let's see if they play to that again.
You would need a steal and a quick shot here to have any sort of chance, or maybe just a turnover. It goes all the way down the floor, and Murray saves it. Layup, and Josiah Wilson didn't even come down to defend it. Dow's going to have to throw up a prayer at half court, and this one's over. 51-44, the final score. PC North will come into the Tiger Fieldhouse and steal a victory.
Yeah, just a little, too little, too late kind of thing for Broken Arrow. PC North came out in the second half and really played their game. Broken Arrow took that quick timeout and was able to get back to how they played the first quarter, but just unfortunately, as the game went on, especially in the fourth quarter in clutch time, Broken Arrow not able to convert mistakes by PC North into points from the Broken Arrow side of the court.
That middle portion of the game was a real struggle for the Tigers and a real struggle offensively. Broken Arrow went ice cold, and we'll see if Coach Wallace has any thoughts on that.
Coach, what are your takeaways from tonight, and what do you hope your team takes away?
I think, when you look at the score, 51 points for them, when they've been scoring 60s and 70s and 80s, I think we did a good job there. I think we just missed some shots down the stretch. Maybe it's fatigue. I don't know what it was, but we just didn't put the ball in the hole. We got some easy looks. Kudos, hats off to them. We'll just continue to get better.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Wallace. And Adam, we had talked about that earlier. There was a lot of easy shots that were missed here tonight for Broken Arrow, but in the first half there was also a lot of easy shots created by PC North. I think just adding up both of those errors, it cost Broken Arrow.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. PC North's a great basketball team. They're experienced. They've been playing together for a while. They're poised. They're patient. And Broken Arrow got off to a really good start in the first quarter, and PC North was able to kind of chip away, and eventually play their game, especially going into halftime, tying it up, and then came out of the halftime with a lot of energy. Broken Arrow's been able to come out of that third quarter all the way up until tonight, weren't able to control the pace. I liked a lot what Broken Arrow was doing coming out of the third quarter once they took that timeout. Just too many mistakes being made from the turnovers, taking care of the ball, not be able to convert turnovers or miss free throws into points. And honestly, something we talked about the entire game, Dow was 17, an incredible performance by him to keep Broken Arrow in the game. Was negated most of the fourth quarter, and then a lot of other answers offensively just didn't happen for Broken Arrow.
When you talked about the missed shots down the stretch, at least Coach Wallace did, and that feels like that was another thing that really cost Broken Arrow. I think you had talked about the opportunity after the two missed free throws for PC North, and Broken Arrow not going down and finding points. That's costly. Those sorts of moments where you can really swing the momentum, you have to capitalize that in a tight ball game.
Yeah, and they had opportunities. Aiden had that three-pointer. Wallace had the three-pointer. And then earlier in the game, Broken Arrow missed three essentially layups at the basket and just weren't able to convert. And those are going to matter again in a tight ball game against a great basketball team.
I have one more shout out to make, and it's to the Arrow Group, who sponsors our three-pointers. The Arrow Group is a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools. With deep roots in our community, the Arrow Group provides customized insurance and risk management solutions for businesses across the region. Proud partners of education, proud partners of Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow's next contest will be against Capitol Hill at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. That game will be on the road, so we will not bring that to you. And I mentioned this in the girls' game. This schedule does not really favor Broken Arrow in terms of live streaming for us and in terms of home games for them, because there is a long gap here where there's only one game at home for the Tigers in the month of January, and that'll be on January 13th when the Tigers take on the Muskogee Roughers. We'll be in the Fieldhouse for that one, but of course a lot of road games between now and then, so it will be a good battle-tested, road-tested Tiger team that we see next time out.
Yeah, I think actually playing PC North in this contest is a good learning experience. They'll take a look at the tape, be able to improve on some of those things that they were challenged on tonight. And Broken Arrow, again, has had a great start to the season. This is only their first loss going into this last game before the rest of the break. And I think Coach Wallace, if he knew, if somebody could tell him and say, hey, by the way, you're only going to have one loss before your last game without having Gene on the floor, I think he takes that. Because they've had some great wins, have been able to get the answers late. Didn't happen tonight, but then they're going to be able to have a chance to look at the film, get prepared, and have this be something of a learning experience getting ready for basketball in January.
So the score at the final buzzer, 51-44, and we will be bringing the next basketball matchup to you in January. Actually, that'll be our next live stream because we don't have wrestling the rest of this month either. So we are now done for the 2025 year for Broken Arrow's ArrowVision live streaming. So we will see you in 2026 when the Tigers take to the Fieldhouse floor again on the 13th against Muskogee. For Adam Winkin, for Madison Dildine, I've been Dylan Rivera, and we will see you next time.